Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. Y'all already know what it is. We back with another one of them things. Listen, we got ourselves a hell of a topic tonight. We are getting geared up and buckled up for opening night coverage. I mean, it can't get here no sooner. I think everybody is patiently awaiting the return of NBA basketball. We don't have to wait so much longer, ladies and gentlemen. Lamelo Ball, NB1, the one-of-one, will return to action, real action, this Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, against the Atlanta Hawks. I think this matchup is going to be very intriguing, a premier matchup, if you ask me. You know, this little matchup between the Hawks and Charlotte is going to be crazy. You know, they right there next to each other in terms of the cities. You know, it ain't nothing to get to Charlotte if you're in Atlanta and vice versa. You know, I do expect both cities to travel, you know, when they do match up. So I expect a contingent of Atlanta-based people down there in the Queen City. I'm expecting a raucous crowd, sold out. You have Lamelo versus Trae Young. The Atlanta Hawks are coming to town. And I think this is going to be a premier matchup for the Atlanta Hawks and the Charlotte Hornets. I think the Charlotte Hornets are in a must-win, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat the severity of the situation that the Hornets are in. Now, one could surmise, like, hey, listen, it's not a must-win. It's game one. Hold on. What are you talking about? You know, the Hornets got to make sure that they get off to a good start. It's no excuse why the Hornets can't get out to a 0-2, you know, to a 2-0 start. You know, they should be able to beat Atlanta and they should be able to beat Detroit. Detroit is going to be tough, but I think they should get those games. In a perfect world, you know, they start the season 3-0. But none of that happens if the Atlanta Hawks come to town and dismantle the Charlotte Hornets. Now, the Hornets, the preseason ended pretty nasty when the Boston Celtics came to town. They just completely just showed that the Hornets got a little bit ways to go before they get to competitive nature. Hopefully that was just the preseason and that's not an outline of what we're about to see. And they must beat Atlanta. That is a must win. I don't give a damn what anybody has to say about it. And we're going to find out who wins. And remember, we will be live. So make sure you don't touch that dial and you subscribe to Flight Sports for more news, updates, and more. I got all access with me. Dex, what's the deal? It's Flight Sports. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest in these streets. Shout out to the panel as it reaches its premium peak. And shout out to the chat and all of its cacophony spewing out of the cracks and crevices of Flight Sports block. And big ups to everybody pulling up to Flight Sports TV in this Eastern Time late night edition of this here extravaganza. Once again, hit the like button. Definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you're not a lunatic, please hit the notification bell so you won't miss one iota of an exuberant experience. Flight, are you ready for some basketball? Are you ready? Can you dig it?
It's
Yes,
almost that time.
we got the Lakers starting it out. Flight. We got the nightcap. Phoenix versus Golden State. Oh my God. Can you imagine that high power Western Conference mess match? Los Angeles versus Denver, Phoenix versus Golden State to kick off the season. And then, Flight, after all of the hoopla coming from Tuesday night, October 24th, 2023, we break it into the Wednesday, the first game of Wednesday. The Atlanta Hawks march south to the Queen City itself and take on the Charlotte Hornets at 4 p.m. Yes, Flight. The NBA know exactly what they're doing. And we got to take our hats off and commend the competition committee of the NBA for structuring such an opening day and night schedule that will initiate everybody pumping their fists for their respective team. Flight. Hallelujah. Can you imagine Lamelo Ball and Trae Young kicking off the Wednesday matchup as the NBA meshes its schedule for October 25th, where the majority of the teams, let's say the bulk of the NBA teams, playing that night. So eyes will descend on the Queen City itself as it kicks off the games for Wednesday. And you got Trae Young coming to town. You know there is a lot of bad blood between Atlanta and Charlotte. Atlanta thinks it's superior, and Charlotte is the little sister. And these two teams have met up in the last time that Charlotte was semi-relevant in a play-in matchup, a 9-10 matchup, and Atlanta just destroyed Charlotte, albeit it was in Freaknik Town. It was in Freaknik Town. And Trae Young and company, John Collins was a member of that team, destroyed Charlotte. And we know that our boy Lamelo Ball was 8 for 25 that game or something to that nature. Shot a very low percentage. And his impact in that game was minimal. Trae Young shot 7 for 24, I believe, if my memory served me right. And he didn't have a real strong impact, but by the Atlanta Hawks winning that game, it seemed like every bucket Trae Young made, it was a splash. And it led Atlanta down the road or the path of prosperity as Charlotte got dejected and ejected from that play-in tournament matchup. So now the fierceness of the Charlotte Hornets and some anger that has been projected towards the Atlanta Hawks based on the Atlanta Hawks' success in recent years, since 2020, if I may add. So they've been having some success since 2020, and then they really got some success last season where they demolished, the Atlanta Hawks demolished the Miami Heat. And those boys around the restricted area for the Atlanta Hawks allowed Atlanta to win the first play-in game of last calendar season. They got destroyed by the Philadelphia 76ers, but Atlanta continues to make the playoffs while Charlotte have yet to get out of the play-in tournament. So I think this is a much needed win for the Charlotte Hornets to kick off the season on a winning streak, Flight.
I think it's a must win. So, where are you gauging that aspect in the whole dynamic? Do you feel like it's a must win, or is it okay if they lose this game? How do you gauge game one?
Well, I'm not going to put that much pressure on Charlotte in a must win situation in the first game of the season. What I would say is definitely needed because they need to have some early success in this season as their roster is pretty thin with the absence of Miles Bridges. And with the slow start of Brandon Miller during the preseason, I'm hoping that doesn't catch on going into the regular season. I hope he finds himself and he exploit his better version of basketball. And hopefully with that height and body type will cause havoc for the Atlanta Hawks big men. Because I think he's faster than any big man that Atlanta Hawk can put on him. Now, I could be proven wrong, but from what I have seen, I think he has enough speed and agility to get around some of that Atlanta toughness when it comes to their wing players. And if that can culminate with Lamelo Ball and Gordon Hayward coming in healthy, I think the Charlotte Hornets can muster a win, as Philadelphia just scored another touchdown, can win this game by the excitement and the hysteria that will be in the hive at the Spectrum Center. All the momentum should be going Charlotte Hornets' way. Like,
now, Atlanta, they got a hell of a squad. For anybody that's not paying attention, I'm looking at these players. Let me know if any of these players concern you. You got obviously Trae Young, shooting from 50, and then you have obviously DeJounte Murray, you have Clint Capella, you have Bogdanovich. It's a lot of shooting on this roster. You got Wesley Matthews. Dex, I'm looking at this team. Atlanta seems to be built for the playoffs. Also, they acquired Sadiq Bey. They have Patty Mills. They have Clint Capella. Listen, this team is loaded. And they're going down there, to Charlotte, and it could get crazy. And I think this is a good test for Charlotte, like I stated, because I believe the Hawks are a playoff team. So, Dex, I want to pose you the question. What do you think about these names? They have some veterans on this roster. When you acquire the Patty Mills of the world, they go in when they go into advance in the playoffs. They traded the house for Murray. This is the year for Atlanta, I'm pretty sure, for them to cash in. Nothing concerns you with them rolling into Charlotte with all of this momentum?
well, I'm definitely not worried about DeJounte Murray. And I'm definitely not worried about Trae Young because I think they will hold their own. Now, I think DeAndre Hunter could cause some havoc, but I really want to pay attention to two individuals that's coming into Charlotte. One is a new addition to Atlanta, and the other one was drafted in the same draft class as Lamelo and played high school basketball with Lamelo at Chino Hills. He comes from the University of South Central, and the other individual is a former Rock of Nova in Sadiq Bey. So I don't know if Sadiq Bey is Mo, but if he is, Islam Mo. But if not, so be it. Though Sadiq Bey being a new add-in to to the Atlanta Hawks rotation, this small forward, 24 years old, 6'7", 215 pounds, is perfect for what the Atlanta Hawks is trying to do. And I think this could be one of these years because he was a part of that Lamelo Ball draft as well with his teammate Onyeka Okongwu. Sadiq Bey could have a really good game against the Charlotte Hornets. And if I was to wage anything, Flight, I would definitely, if he's coming healthy, I would definitely put something chalk on Sadiq Bey player performance. I think Sadiq Bey will have a double-digit game, possibly shoot at a decent percent from the three-point line, and that's what the Atlanta Hawks need versus the Charlotte Hornets because they have to extend the playing field for the Charlotte Hornets. They have to make the Charlotte Hornets get out there on the perimeter and defend. And if they do that, and if they bite into that stratagem from coach that used to just coach Utah, what's his name again?
Snyder.
What's the Atlanta Hawk coach?
Snyder. Quinn
Snyder,
Snyder.
yeah, Snyder, Coach Snyder, yes. If Coach Snyder baits the Charlotte Hornets to extend themselves to play out there on the perimeter, that gives way to DeJounte Murray, his dribble drive, and especially Trae Young in his dribble drive. It would open up the lane, and they would just have Dallas Cowboys resemblance with Emmitt Smith in the backfield type gaping holes to penetrate towards the cup. And Mark Williams alone, I don't think is solidified enough nor fortified enough to ward off this many imminent attacks towards that restricted area. I don't know if he can man all that will be coming at him. DeAndre Hunter, Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Onyeka Okongwu. These guys play around the rim pretty tough. And we also, Flight, cannot sleep that Patty Mills is also a member of the Atlanta Hawks. And he's going to be another one of these guys. Excuse me, mate. From the down under that could stretch and be a floor spacer for the Atlanta Hawks. So that's something that you have to kind of worry about if you the Charlotte Hornets. And I'm kind of curious on how Steve Clifford, will defend this array of arsenal that will be hurled at the Charlotte Hornets defense. And can Charlotte bend but not break and still hold up in their silo, and the Hive will be happy when the clock strikes 0?
That's a tough question to ask. This is going to be interesting to see. I think if the Charlotte Hornets want to be a winning team, they got to protect home court. And it starts with game one. You know, you don't want to get into a situation where the season gets off rocky. There's no Miles Bridges. Everything got to go according to plan. I hope that, like I said, Lamelo, he just signed for the bag. So some of this is on his responsibility as well. You know, he's got to lead the charge. Now, in preseason, it seemed like they was holding back with Lamelo, you know, but so I'm expecting them to unleash the chains, and I'm expecting Lamelo to go crazy offensively. No minutes restrictions, no none of just really out there balling, and I can't wait to see it. As you can see in the preseason, they just wasn't really playing him like that, and I think he wasn't even going as hard, as he should have been. And I hope that everybody rises to the occasion. I want to see the likes of PJ. I want to see if he could replicate these performances that he did in the preseason. And I like the kind of start that the Charlotte Hornets have. I think the teams that they were going to be playing early gives them the time to find that swagger. They get tested gradually. Obviously you got Atlanta. I believe that's a playoff team, but I think they could match up with them pretty decently, and I want to see what's up. But Atlanta, they might feel like they come into Charlotte to smash them. So we really don't know. They must protect the 3-point line facing the Atlanta Hawks. You cannot let Bogdanovich and Trae Young start unleashing the cannon, out there. You just can't, and you don't want to get into a shootout with them either. Because as we've seen, the Hornets don't have the players that can knock down these shots the way some of these other teams do, and then after you face Atlanta, you got Detroit, which I think they should be able to beat them. I think they match up with Detroit all the way around. And I think the game against Brooklyn, I think that'll be like an ultimate test for them, because I think that's a formidable basketball team. Being in Charlotte, that should give them the propel. And then they got Houston, then they got Indiana. So I like their start. So it's going to be important. This is why I'm gauging this game against Atlanta as a must-win, because if they lose, it could just start a downward spiral. There's no reason why the Hornets should not start this season off right. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Flight. Like I said, it's just two players I want to keep my eye on, and their performance in this matchup is Onyeka Okongwu from the University of South Central, USC for those who don't know, and Sadiq Bey, a former Rock of Nova, Villanova for those who don't know. And one thing about Onyeka, he's looking for more he's looking for more performance minutes. Um, Clint Capella has been dominating those minutes, and Clint Capella is a year older, and things might be slowing down for him to some degree. But Trae Young does make the game simple for Clint Capella. And I just think Snyder really wants to insert Onyeka, Big O, into more of a prominent role moving forward, because we all know that the way that Coach Snyder is, he loves to insert young, infallible talent who is willing to learn and get better every single minute they are out on the court. And Sadiq Bey is another one of those guys, because he's coached by Jay Wright at Nova, and those type of coaches instill hard work, blue collar type performance from their players, and then they bring that into the NBA. And Sadiq Bey is being pushed for his starting job by Jalen Johnson, but I think Sadiq Bey have really secured his starting role with the Atlanta Hawks by having some closeout games in preseason in which he popped for 21 points and 10 rebounds against the Pacers on that Monday. And then his offensive contribution, which is 14 points a game, 14, 11 points a game. And we know his usage rates has declined for Sadiq Bey, because he's not a member of the Detroit Pistons anymore. So that usage rates decline, but yet he still bring in some great offensive tactics by being able to hit that 3-pointer at an above average clip. Tua just threw an interception at the goal line, and Philadelphia just took over the ball again as they lead 24-17, just to keep those up on that. So Sadiq Bey is just one of those guys that's going to continue to work hard and bring that secondary scoring behind Trae Young by hitting those 3-pointers and stretching the offense and making the defense work just a little bit more. So they have to come out and defend that perimeter arc. That's the two players that I'm concerned of that could explode for good big games against Atlanta. And if the Atlanta Hawks use that stratagem for the duration of the game, it could mean a pearl output for the Atlanta Hawks. Excuse me, the Charlotte Hornets, and the onus is going to be on Cliffy because Cliffy has to have his troops ready inside this silo and don't have them feel that it's okay if they let this one get away because there's always a game tomorrow. See, long as Cliffy keeps that kind of attitude away from these Charlotte Hornet players, that you have to continue to move forward and don't look backwards and don't rest on your laurels thinking that you can have a good showing and get a moral victory. No, there's no moral victories with the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets have to come out, be fortified, and defend a fortress and show the NBA landscape that they are serious about creating a new championship driven culture. And that starts when the ball is tipped in the regular season flight.
Absolutely, Dex. I want to thank, hold on a second. I want to shout out Marcus Moore. Appreciate you with your $3 super sticker. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Most definitely support Flight Sports. Support us in the Cash App, the super chat, the PayPal. All the links there are there provided for you. We appreciate you. We got the season fastly approaching. We got big things on the horizon. A lot of content to be made. We definitely need the support of the people, and appreciate y'all. We do all this shit unfunded too. We quick to the draw, sometimes quicker and faster than some of your national networks. Who's funded by millions and billions and all kind of shit like that. So definitely put that into consideration as this season fastly approaches. We're gonna bring the content to you like never before seen. Shout out to Spike in the building. What's the deal, Spike? It's Flight Sports. You already know what it is. We got Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one in the building. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Hey, Flight, appreciate you bringing me up, man. Shout out to you, the one and only, the platform raiser, all right, which we all are able to get our takes off. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat. Hey, man, we back again. The hegemony of ball talk, all right, consistent hoop talk at a high level, all right. I appreciate you letting me back up. As far as opening night, I mean, man, I think the Hawks are going to pretty much obliterate the Hornets, all right. There's a lot of turmoil going on in Charlotte. Flight, I just recently seen your video, if you haven't checked it out, where you discussed Brandon Miller's civil suit for a wrongful death lawsuit that he has pending against him, which has got his mind in a craze. On top of that, you got Miles Bridges situation. On top of that, you got Kai Jones situation. On top of that, you got Book Knight situation. On top of that, I mean, there's nothing more to add on top of that. It's just craziness. I expect the Hawks to be sound and mature, at least for the opening part of this season, and to pretty much handle the Hornets with ease. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing regarding that game.
So who you got in that match? Who you got in this matchup?
I got the Hornets. I got the Hornets. I mean, I got the Hawks. I got the Hawks handling the Hornets with ease.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got the Hawks steamrolling the Hornets opening night.
Yeah, with a lot to a little.
A lot to a little, man. I mean, you look at the turmoil and the stress and the just the. I mean, there's that Hornets locker room is. I mean, it's depleted. and it's self depleted. Miles Bridges, Kai Jones, James Bouknight, Brandon Miller. The issues are continuous. So I expect the Hawks to be mature and sound for at least the first part of the season and to obliterate the Hornets opening night. And I love Lamelo, but that team just ain't it right now at all.
Oh shit, brought Big Al up talking about obliterating.
Well, I hope that they can fix all of that. What's good, Big Al?
What's good, Fly?
What's your thoughts on this matchup? That we're discussing right now.
Yeah, I was not going to get on. I was going to, stay in the background and just listen, but Spike, his commentary just messed me up. I had to come on.
What up, Big Al?
What's going on, Spike?
Yeah, Spike talking about obliterate. I knew Big Al was on his way.
As soon as I said obliterate, Big Al smashed that link button.
Oh, Spike is
Big Al
is an undercover agent, man, against the Hornets. I swear. Oh, he's never given a good take. Oh, he gives good takes, but you don't give. I don't know. You don't ever go for him, man. You don't ever give him no kind of hope. But it's all good. It's all good.
Well, I mean, he did make some points. I mean, the Hornets are looking pretty skimmish, especially with a lot of the behavior and news that has gained some kind of footing with Brandon Miller, of course, the latest, and Miles Bridges. Those supposed to be two integral parts of the Charlotte Hornets moving forward, and now they having issues off the court that could affect what they mental. Now, I don't know how strong these individuals are when it comes to that. Could they erase those out of their head and engage in the science of concentration and detachment, where you can concentrate on the thing that means the most and detach yourself from the thing that doesn't enhance you moving forward? Some of us can do it, some of us can't. Now, can these two individuals, Miles Bridges and Brandon Miller, engage in such mental therapy where they can concentrate on basketball and detach themselves from the things that are not basketball related?
Right, that's the question.
Big Al.
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, well, I mean, so I read the article on Brandon, and I gauged, I guess, the impact on him. It seems like the family wants them to, I guess, well, the three individuals that they think, well, the three, including Brandon, which Brandon was absolved of any involvement in the crime, so he shouldn't be a part of it. But because he was listed as a part of it, they want all three individuals to, on the stand and give their account of it again in detail. That's what the article was saying. So, but I mean, I hope that's not making Brandon uncomfortable, because he's innocent, right? So it's really, hopefully he's focused. But I can understand why that would be an issue and it make it hard for him to focus. Now, Miles, on the other hand, like I would enrich your information, because you did speak on the issue early. I was like, damn, how did he find out so fast? But that's awesome. So my question is to you, Flight, is, okay, so in your opinion, does the future hold a chance from, because this is after the fact. We sort of knew this stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing of it is this, Big Al. They are being more of a celebrity with their antics off the court than on the court. Whereas Miles in the past was known for his celebrity, for his demonstration on the court, creating the term Airbnb. So now that has flipped. So can Miles handle it? Because and it's a shame that we have to even question,
Right.
can he handle it? Because not only did he get into one trouble, another trouble, then another trouble, until he had to get another mugshot. Like one mugshot should be enough. Now you got multiple mugshots. Now these type of controversies weigh heavy with the participants of the Charlotte Hornets, coaching staff, executive staff, as well as players. When cameras and microphones are constantly shoved in their face, asking questions and trying to get answers where it doesn't have anything to do with basketball. That is a distraction. And that causes controversy in the locker room. And players have feelings too. You know, players are here to try to feed their family. They're here to try to make a name for themselves, to build a brand, not to be asking questions about other teammates, what they're doing that doesn't have anything to do with basketball.
Right. But to answer your question on Miles, there's still, I don't know how to affect him because I'm sort of confused about this because initially, you know, when all this came out, you know, my palm's been my head, my face. Damn it, Miles. Again? What happened? So I was under the impression that it was over. But later I'm like, you know, because I didn't know the details of the situation. But now I'm hearing that it's a possibility, it's not an issue, that he can actually come back like he's supposed to. But my question is, to you, Flight, or whoever knows detail on this, what's the ramifications of the situation? Can he go? I mean, can he go to jail, or is that really not an issue? What's the issue? I mean, what's going on with the details? That's my question. Flight, hello, hello.
Yeah, I'm here with you. What did you just say, Big Al?
So what's the details with Miles' situation?
It's crazy.
What's the ramifications behind everything? What can happen? You know, can he go to jail? I mean, well, I guess he can go to jail, but you know more detail on it. I mean, 'cause I feel like he can come back without any issues. I'm just
Yeah. And so, you know, this, you know, in short, you know, we did touch on that. And another thing is that, you know, the Charlotte Hornets have some new additions to their team, just as we spoke on the Atlanta Hawks. You know, they have, of course, the prize of their draft pick, Brandon Miller, and they also have Nick Smith Jr., James Najee, Kobe Jones, Mohamed Guy, and Amari Bailey, the UCLA standout. Now, with this new addition, do you think that the Charlotte Hornets could average more points per game this season than they did last season? Because last season was pretty anemic with 111 points per game. That was part of the lower tier of the NBA scoring output per 100 possessions. And also their assists. You think they can elevate in the assist column in order for Charlotte Hornets to have more wins than losses this year?
hold up. I want my question answered. My initial question I just asked. I mean, you all reported on it. I just want to understand the details behind it with Miles. Is that something you guys can elaborate on, or do I need to move on? I'm just asking. Hello?
Uh-huh. Now, Terry Rozier was the official scoring leader last season,
Okay.
averaging 21 points a game.
Okay.
You know,
Dex, let me ask you a question then, man.
Hey, Big Al, I'm gonna read something to you. All right.
Okay, sir. Yes.
This is as of October 13th, 2023. Bridges surrenders. All right.
Okay.
After an arrest warrant was issued for a separate alleged violation of the protective order stemming from his sentencing last November, Bridges turned himself in, appeared before a county judge in Lincoln County, a suburb of Charlotte, and was released on a bond of $1,000. According to Larry Siegel, the public information officer in Lincoln, via Associated Press, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office issued the warrant in January, but it had not been served before Bridges turned himself in. So that's what's going on.
Oh, like you said, I didn't know that. Thank you, Spike. I guess I could have looked that up myself, but I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
like I was saying, is that Terry Rozier was an official team leader in scoring with 21 points, but we know Lamelo Ball averaged more, but I don't think he qualified because he only played 36 games and Terry Rozier played 36. So even though Lamelo averaged 23 points a game, the official scoring leader for the Charlotte Hornets is Terry Rozier, and he was official assist leader for the Charlotte Hornets. Now, do you think Terry Rozier, even though he's 1 year older and taking another step around the sun, you think he can keep up such average, even though the Charlotte Hornets are bringing back Gordon Hayward and LaMelo Ball?
Yeah, he can keep up. Well, I'm torn because I feel like Melo, if he stays healthy, he's gonna step it up even more. Because you all made a point earlier, and you said LaMelo might have been holding something back, because he's trying to be, I guess, improve chemistry or help chemistry as far as the team is concerned. So he can actually step it up, because he's taken over games, he's done things of that nature. But the thing is though, because to me, Terry doesn't have to be that superstar scorer with LaMelo on the court. I think the benefit to him would be him being a three-point shooter, which I hope they're in the gym working on that, is my question. Are they working on that? They need to improve their percentage. All the guys who are supposed to be shooters on this team, which there are a couple who
Well,
are.
name those couples, because I want you to be more detailed.
Okay. Well, Terry is one of them. He's supposed to be a knockdown shooter. Gordon Hayward, throughout his career, I mean, he was tired from the three as well. Brandon Miller, that's his calling card from college. He's a three-point shooter. I don't know who thinks or why people said, somebody said on here that he can't shoot. I don't know why they would say that. But yeah, he can shoot.
He's been an abysmal shooter since he's been in the league.
Spike, he's had moments where he has shot well. So
he's been an abysmal shooter since he's been in the league.
Well, technically, he's not he's in the league. It's just preseason right now.
Since he's been in the NBA, since he's been an NBA player.
Well, everybody has slumps, though. What do you mean? So he can improve on his ability to shoot?
Absolutely, he can improve.
So, so that's the point. He's proven.
The point I'm saying he's been an abysmal shooter.
Listen, but we've seen him shoot well before. Even when he was in the summer league, he had moments where he shot well. So
he's been an abysmal shooter since he's been in the league.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Whatever you say, he has the ability to shoot. We can't just dismiss what we've seen in college. Like, oh, he's gonna go from not shoot. Like, oh, okay. So what you're saying is like us saying MKG in college was all defensive. Now he's gonna run the break. He's gonna come up and shoot jump shots. He's gonna take niggas off the dribble. He's gonna be an offensive juggernaut in college now. That's what you're saying, because Brandon Miller did his thing in college. He was taken to the basket, even though people say he can't do that. He was shooting threes, and I don't know why people would say he can't do that. So he's gonna pick it up. Trae Young had issues when he came in the NBA, or at least in summer league. But now, to his defense, Trae Young's defense, when he's a point guard, and because of that, he had the ball in his hand, so he had a lot more opportunity to, I guess, get that monkey off his back. So I would behoove you, Spike, to be careful. And you're speaking of this guy because you don't know how he's working on his game. Now, if he's not working on it, yeah, you're right. He's not gonna get any better. But I have a hard time believing he's not working on his game.
Big Al, respectfully, I'm talking about him since he's been in the league. You gotta
Whatever.
listen, brother.
No,
He's been an abysmal shooter
but you know basketball.
since he's been in the league. I ain't talking about college.
Basketball,
I'm not talking about college. I didn't say nothing about college.
I am, but that's part of the equations, is it not?
I'm talking about since he's been in the league.
No, Spike, no. Is college part of the equation?
Absolutely.
As a person's myriad of skills.
Absolutely.
Well, what's your point? Why are you saying
since he's been in the league, he's been an abysmal shooter.
And tell me, what now? He can't shoot now? Is that what you're telling me? Spike? Let's make good podcast conversation. Can he not shoot now? Is that what you're telling me, Spike? Tell me, bro, what's your point, man? Oh my God. All right, okay, I'll move on. So Brandon Miller, pick it up. If he can shoot threes, if he can step it up like I know he can. Lamelo, because Trae is a 3-level scorer. He can do that. So when Lamelo's open, he needs to make them. He's in Washington. Proven 3-point shooter. He can make them. Sometimes he struggles. Some people might not like this, but you know what? If Mark Williams gets to the point where he's comfortable shooting threes, hell, he can do that. I'm saying that. I'm not gonna say he's gonna do it because he hasn't really done it in the game at all. But I believe he can do that. That's the talk. So who else? Nick Smith Jr.
No. Stay on Brandon Miller for a second because that's their prize draft. We don't want to scapegoat his performances during the preseason. And is there anything that you have seen, Big Al?
I'm going, man. I feel like it's first time.
No, Big Al, you gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta plant your flag in the sand and stand on it. But listen. Okay, but listen, with Brandon Miller, right? Is there anything during the preseason that stood out glaringly about Brandon Miller, whether it was charming or alarming for you, Big Al?
Okay, so a couple things stood out. Brandon is, for some reason, I don't know what it is, because he has moments where he looks like he can take a game over. But Brandon sometimes defers more than he should. He shouldn't defer at all. But he does. So that's alarming. But what's charming, though, is he can shoot. He has a solid mid-range shot. I noticed that. He's been pretty solid on that. He actually looks like he might even have a post game. People say he can take to the basket, aka Spike. He's proven that he can do that. He did it in preseason. He did it in summer league. He had moments where he did that. I don't see anything glaring. All I see is a person becoming more comfortable on the court, meaning not as nervous. And once the nerves go away, because if you play ball and you play competitive, nerves become a factor. Stage fright. That happens. I'm not saying that's what he's experiencing, because he's produced. He's produced enough to say, "Oh yeah, he's got it." He's just got to put it all together and just keep playing. Because what he's done, he can keep doing. And my thing is he has all. Now, one thing, and another glaring thing is just the teammates, though. I don't know. They don't look for him a lot. At least the guys at some league that he played with. I don't know why that's the case. The starters do. I don't know if it's just awareness as far as the backups in the summer league team, but when they develop the awareness, the summer league team or the young guys that are just coming out of college or whatever, that'll help Brandon because Brandon seems to have. That's a good thing. He has awareness. He even though he's sometimes defers, sometimes that's good because he passes when he needs to.
Well, he can't be a gunner with the top five talent of the Charlotte Hornets. He can't just
But
be out there
but
trying to
can
take over games when you have Gordon Hayward and
why
Lamelo
can't he?
Ball and Terry Rozier on the court
I'm
with you.
saying why can't he if that's part of who he is, what that he can become. I see that ability to become a gunner and be solid. Look at I see it like this, Dave. If Kelly Oubre can do it, as
Kelly Oubre is an established player. He's a veteran. He was older than majority of the team besides Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward and Mason Plumlee. Outside of that, he's probably was the oldest member on that roster. So he can get away with certain things. But that's why Kelly Oubre is not there anymore. Because that kind of usage, hold on, Al, that kind of usage was not necessary, especially when you're going to have a healthy LaMelo, a Miles Bridges returning, a Gordon Hayward returning, and then coming off the off-season acquisition, not acquisition, but the off-season re-signing of PJ Washington. The Kelly Oubre usage rate is no longer needed in the teal and purple.
But your conversation about Kelly is mistaken because you got to factor in the fact that when he was on the court, his usage rate was wrong because he didn't demonstrate much awareness as well. He would shoot when he shouldn't have been shooting. When he needs to pass, he wouldn't pass. He would shoot.
Well, he was playing with a bad team, so I'm not going to come down on Kelly Oubre because nobody was there, right? It was basically a skeleton of a team that Charlotte had.
The team that had when Miles Bridges was on it was producing. So I mean, he was on a bad team that had injuries, I guess. But
last season was a very bad team. But
it was injuries, though. That's what I think it was. But anyway,
yeah, but the season prior, when they did go to a playing game, playing against the Hawks. What was Kelly Oubre then? What was he doing then? Now, because I don't remember one bucket he made in that game.
Say it again. What game again?
Kelly Oubre against the Atlanta Hawks in the playing game.
Oh, again, that's why we gotta look at the whole team because the Hornets as a whole have shooting modes. I don't know why. As a whole, they have shooting modes as a team.
So let's stay on Brandon Miller because he's there. Kelly Oubre's gone. He's at a new location, enjoying the city of brotherly love. Brandon Miller, what do you think his player performance will be in his first official NBA game versus the Atlanta Hawks that will be played inside his own silo in Charlotte at the Spectrum Center?
I have no idea, man. I'm not even on up front.
So you don't want to get on the record. So you're not that confident. Is that what you're indicating?
I'm not sure what's going to happen, man, because this is debatable how much he'll get in the game, first of all, because of how.
That's a good answer. I appreciate your honesty because I'm kind of concerned about that too. Even though he was a number 2 overall pick, a lot of expectation has been tampered down when it comes to Brandon Miller, based on what they've seen since Summer League and preseason. He has yet to be eye-popping. Brandon Miller have yet to have a signature moment in a Charlotte Hornets uniform. And that, as a number 2 pick, is kind of disturbing to me. At least Kai Jones got the dunk over Wembanyama, right? You know what I'm saying? That's going to always be a historical highlight reel. Where is Brandon Miller's signature moment?
Why even mention Kai Jones? Before that dunk against Wembanyama, Kai Jones has been abysmal. He's yet to. It was only one time that he produced. I'm sorry to say this about the guy,
but that's historical, man. To be honest with you, that's a historical moment because that will always go down and be attached with Victor Wembanyama.
Productive in some way. He's not been. He hadn't been a chicken with his head cut off.
No, we understand he has some mental issues that he has to work out. But I'm just saying, for a number 2 overall pick, we have We have yet to see that signature moment where we can reflect back on Brandon Miller and say, you know what, man? If he continues that, it's on and popping.
We have seen that. It was in summer
Well,
league.
well, explain it to me because maybe I overlooked it.
He scored 24 points, man. I mean,
No,
that's
we ain't talking about no summer league. Come on, bro.
okay.
We talking about preseason.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, listen, the 24 points was significant. It's
But that was summer league. That's a different realm. You know what I'm saying? Those are a lot of junk players in summer league. And for a number two pick, that's something that you shouldn't really reference. Though summer league is for the underdogs. You know, when the underdogs do their thing. You know what I mean? Like the Armani Bates and Orlando Robinson. You know those kind of players when they do their thing. But for the top 10 summer leagues, you have to either be outstanding or hush your mouth. You know.
listen, man. We can't look at this guy and say he's he's not going to produce just because. Because I mean,
Well, that's what I'm trying to get you.
let me finish. Because there are things in play that have contributed to his inability to get off. I'm just going to be honest.
Well, bring it to the forefront.
I've already voiced them. I mean, you can call it excuses, you can call it whatever. I don't care.
Don't tiptoe.
Because to me, it's a legitimate issue. If you want to quote with a guy, aka Frank Ntilikina, who's trying to get off all the time, who sees you open in the corner, refusing to pass it, what can you do about that? He's giving it to the guy to run the offense, and he's making terrible decisions with the ball. Same with Summer League. Nick Smith has gotten better. I think he might have gotten better as a point guard, but we didn't see that.
Okay, maybe some of these guys won't really get that much burn when the season starts. That's why they got a lot of burn in preseason, so they can get a glimpse at
Nick Smith
what kind of performance that they're looking at.
That's a Brandon Miller's.
Okay, let me ask you this. Hold on one second. Let's go back. No, because you're babbling right now. Cliff, you must think you're saying something intelligent, but you're really babbling. Now, Cliffy, check this out. Cliffy, what is his rotation? Do we go with an 8-man rotation? Do we go with a 9-man rotation against the Atlanta Hawks?
That's my thing. I mean, the organization has glaringly, misused Brandon, and I'm confused on the direction for the guy. Because he's deferred, but he's in a lot of plays he should have been getting the ball. Because in regular basketball, if you see basketball and you watch basketball, a guy open in the corner, you're going to pass it to him. But he was getting shunned off and he wasn't getting the ball. I'm just saying, I saw it. So I mean,
okay, but what you think Cliffy rotation would be in this opening matchup? You think he would go deep into his bench, or he'll keep it short with maybe an 8-man rotation?
It'll probably be 8-man, and I think Brandon will be a part of that 8-man. I hope he is. I don't see why he shouldn't be.
Well, if he's not starting, he should be the first man off the bench.
Yeah, he should be starting, in my opinion. But yeah, I think he should. I think that's the best position for him to start because he's a terrific rebounder. He plays solid defense. He's a good distributor. I think he can start over Gordon, in my opinion. I think Gordon should be coming off the bench because Gordon is used to playing with, I guess, point guards who don't pass the ball. Because he can, he's been in the league long enough to understand what he needs to do in that situation. It'll be an 8-man rotation. I think Nick Smith, from what I've seen, he'll be a point guard coming off the bench.
Now, when you look at Atlanta roster and you look at the Charlotte Hornet roster, who has an advantage with the rotation that Snyder will put out there and the rotation that Cliffy will put out there? Who you think have the overall advantage?
Between the Hornets and the Hawks,
Yes, sir.
the Hawks.
And why?
I mean, DeJounte Murray. He's the first advantage right away.
Yeah, because he's the two guard, I guess. Yeah, he's solid.
So Spike, you don't think he could be neutralized with the Terry Roziers and the Lamelo Balls?
Hell no.
So I mean, if you do that, then what's Trae Young doing?
Oh, so either or then basically.
Ain't no either or. They both.
If you stop one, then you got the other, right?
They both gonna get off. The Hornets can't stop either one.
So that's the thing I want to know, Dex, because Cody Martin, who I think highly of as a ball player, is day to day. If he plays, I think he can I guess help the Hornets win the game against the Hawks because he's a great defender. Cody Martin. Another guy that's day to day.
I don't know if he's going to be available for opening day.
Yeah, they say he's day to day. I'm just going based on what I seen on ESPN. It might not be true. I don't know.
Because he didn't play none of preseason, so he got a lot of catching up to do, even for his stamina and his adjustment to the speed of the game.
Yeah, he might not play. I'm just saying. I think if he does play, though, he can help, though, because he's a good defender. And then Trae Maladon, which I hope he's better, because Frank does not need to see the light of day. I'm sorry. Frank Ntilikina? No, please.
I believe this game is going to be a little closer than what Spike Lee have predicted. I think it's going to wind down to the free throws, and it could be a possibility that either Trae Young or LaMelo Ball or Gordon Hayward. I have to put Gordon Hayward in that one also because he do come down in crunch time, and he's a pretty good player. Not so much Terry Rozier, unless Terry Rozier just blazing hot. He tend to disappear, come down crunch when it comes to crunch time. But if Gordon Hayward or LaMelo Ball have the opportunity to close this game out shooting free throws, then I'm going to have to lean towards Charlotte because I think Trae Young is probably the real threat for shooting free throws. I don't think DeJounte Murray, you can hang your hat on him closing out a game at the free throw line. Anybody agree or disagree?
I hadn't gauged his free throw percentage, whether it's solid or not, but that might be a thing. I don't know. You might know more than I do about him. I hadn't paid attention. But another guy we need to pay attention to.
I mean, DeJounte's an 83% free throw shooter last year, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, he's not as good as.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about far as percentage because we call Ice Trae for a reason. DeJounte don't have a nickname like that. You feel me?
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, he's not as good of a free throw shooter as LaMelo and Trae, but he's still a solid free throw shooter. Nonetheless.
No, yeah, we're not saying he was a bad free throw shooter. I'm saying in crunch time, because a lot of times, you can shoot free throws throughout the game, but when it comes crunch time, you ain't trying to drive the ball or do anything that'll send you to the free throw line to close it out.
Like that. I don't think he's scared to go to the line at by
Okay, I got you.
Oh, I got a shout out to a guy on the chat. Trent, thank you. They said the same shit about LaMelo, especially after he went scoreless in his NBA.
Well, what did Trent say?
I just read it.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I like the chat if you can. I mean, that's a good quote.
Well, you saw it.
I remember the same noise about Melo coming into the league, especially after he went scoreless in his NBA debut game. People was calling him a bust. Had to defend him, and Melo proved me right. Thank you, Trent. But yeah,
Brandon Miller is no LaMelo Ball. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I hope you don't. I hope that ain't disappoint you.
And then let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back to memory lane. Let's travel back down memory lane. Now we know LaMelo Ball had hindrance coming into the league. There was a press conference from Mitty, aka Miss Kupchak, talking about how they not going to coddle to LaMelo, even though he is the highest draft pick in recent years. He's going to have to earn his way, and there's nothing entitled is going to be given to him. We didn't hear that conversation from Brandon Miller at the presser with Mitty. It was all floodgate. Do what you got to do. Get on the court. Make a name for yourself. There's no hindrance, no restrictions, and things of that nature. There was no politics being played, at least on the surface of Brandon Miller. Now there were plenty of politics being played for LaMelo Ball on the surface and behind the scenes, and it was obvious the politics because of them trying to promote Graham as a selling point for the franchise. And they didn't even realize that they had the grand prize right in their midst, but they wanted to hesitate. But with Brandon Miller, that wasn't even the case. So it's a little difference with that. Now, I will give Brandon Miller the benefit of the doubt that he have legal issues and he's a young man. And you know, when something is that tough can be real strenuous on you, especially when it dealt with the loss of a life. And now people are trying to come after you, saying that somehow, some way you contribute to that. And now they're coming after your paycheck. So that is another aspect that could be holding Brandon Miller back. And that's why I talked about the science of concentration and detachment. But when you're young like that, that is not an easy thing to separate. So your handlers, that's what they call them, your handlers have to kind of get your mind right. You can't expect Cliffy to get your mind right. You can't expect Mitty to get your mind right, and you definitely can't expect your players and your associates to get your mind right. That's something that you pay your handlers to hold you up in these kind of difficult moments and continue to feed you affirmation so you can be successful doing what you do and be able to pay your bills.
And Dex, and that was a great point, Dex. And I also want to add this. Brandon Miller is no LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball's first game as a preseason Hornet player, he did have 0 points, but he had 10 rebounds. He was going after it, even if the shot's not falling. Where is Brandon Miller's activity?
Oh wow! I can't believe you just said Brandon Miller didn't have any activity.
Wait a minute, Spike. Did you just do a hit job on Brandon Miller?
Yeah, I mean, you can't say he didn't have any activity. Did you not see him run down guys, blocking shots? He's one of the better rebounders on the team in preseason.
I don't see that. I don't see that.
Yeah,
Well,
I've seen
Big Al, be careful now.
Be careful
So
now.
if you're saying he's one of the better rebounders, does it reflect that in the statistical category?
Yeah.
You sure?
I happen to have his preseason stats right here.
He's rebounding solid.
Expose it.
He's playing good defense.
Give me one
He's
second.
not shooting the three well. But I mean, that's what I've seen. But you know,
Man, these mosquitoes are tearing my butt up. Every time I turn around, I'm getting bit.
so my thing is he has potential to step that up. I mean, he needs to be on the court, of course, to be able to do that. But yeah.
So Spike feels Atlanta is coming to town to feast off their little sister. He said these Hawks are hungry and they're going to swoop down and take a chunk out of these Hornets. Control yourself, Big Al, please.
Go ahead,
I know you are emotionally invested in this topic here, but I just want to get I'm just trying to draw out the best of Big Al. I don't want you to be so subjective. I want you to be more objective, and we want to appreciate your honesty at the same time. Do you feel it's going to be a close game, Big Al, or you think Atlanta is just going to run away with it?
I think I don't. Damn, that's a tough one, man, because it actually might be a close game.
He don't know, Dex. He don't know.
I just said my answer.
Well, I think it's going to be closer than what you expect,
I know, but
Spike.
he don't know. He ain't got no stance on
You
that.
got the info.
No.
All right.
But I do want to. Speaking of
Eagles did
objectivity,
beat the Dolphins 31-17 in a real high impactful game. A lot of volatile collisions, and Eagles come out victorious. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of objectivity, Big Al is on to something. Brandon Miller has had some good rebounding games during summer league. I believe he had 2 games of 7 rebounds, 1 game of 6 rebounds, and then another game of 3 his last game. So yeah, I would say in preseason he has rebounded well. I will say that.
Yeah.
So, what was his stats in rebounding preseason?
He's had he
Two
had
seven, one
7
six,
games,
1 3.
2 7 rebound games, 1 6 rebound game, and 1 3 rebound game.
Yeah, that sounds like he might be the leading rebounder for the Charlotte Hornets in the preseason. Now, I read.
Mark Williams, and Nick Richards both had 7 and 10 rebounds the last game. Where
Oh, Mark Williams. I didn't realize that of Mark Williams. Oh shit! Here come the Pope. You talking too much, Brandon Miller.
Also, Nick Richards had 12 rebounds. Nick Richards had a 12, so he's had a 10 rebound and a 12 rebound game.
What?
Mark Williams had 11 rebounds in a game as well.
You freaking kidding me?
Brandon Miller would not be the best rebounder during preseason.
But still, I didn't even realize that those two rebounding was that outstanding.
Yeah,
getting double digit. So that even makes it more for the Charlotte Hornets to have a closer game because these two individuals, Nick Richards, the Jammin' Jamaican, and Mark Williams, the diaper dandy from Duke, are really headstrong in getting to the rim and securing these balls that come off of the rim into their grasp. So I'm more even excited that they're dedicated to rebounding that ball.
Yeah, the first 2 games of summer league they did not rebound the ball well, but the last 2 games they both rebounded, fairly well. So I would say the average out is they rebounded well for their position. They're not strong. They didn't have strong rebounding preseason.
It's fine. I would piggyback on that, and I would say the fact that's significant because not only with the rebounding, they're good, solid defensively, and that's one thing that what's the guy Plumlee was not. He could rebound okay. He's okay, but he was not defensively solid. So for Mark Williams to come in and be defensively a juggernaut, and then also get rebounds, which he's supposed to be doing as a big man.
Defensive juggernaut is a stretch, in my opinion.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's definitely he's reaching for that. But we do appreciate you bringing up the term. But as far as it fitting,
it's
unlikely.
He's not a juggernaut. Let me bring down a peg. He's the better defender on the best defensive center they've had, in my opinion, since I want to say since Alonzo Mourning. That might be going too
okay.
far.
That's enough. Listen, let us apologize for Big Al because Big Al is really in conch with the Charlotte Hornets because he is a dedicated fan. So please don't get on him for that. Just understand where he's coming from and where he locks in on his premise. Listen, Spike Lee and myself are not Charlotte Hornet fans per se, and now we are visited by none other than Big Al nemesis, Pope. Be frank.
Hey, well, hello, Dex, and everybody on Flight Sports TV. Shout out Flight, even though I know he might be sleep handling some business. Spike, what it do, my guy?
Yo, it's the Pope. What's good, my man?
Man, it's the Pope, baby. You're bringing him home, baby. Now, I ain't come here to get up.
Big Al, Pope.
Al, I'm not even about to address the nonsense you've been spewing tonight. You know, you do this every night. I'm not about to address this. I just want to know, are we sure was that preseason, first preseason game Melo had 0, or was that the first regular season game?
Yeah, I believe it was the
It was the
first
first regular
preseason.
season game against the
Yep.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
He
Correct.
had
It
he had
wasn't preseason. In preseason,
And hold on one
Melo.
second. Let me give you some background though. Now, remember Lamelo clown Lonzo Ball when Melo was at Spire for Lonzo having 0 points against the Cleveland
Correct.
Cavaliers, and then 2 years later, Lamelo replicated those
No,
results.
Lonzo had two. Lonzo didn't do zero. Lonzo had two. He was getting on
Oh, he
Lonzo
only
back
had
with
hold on,
two.
2 points.
hold on. LaMelo
Okay.
Ball's first preseason game was against the Toronto Raptors. He had 0 points that game.
Okay, so it's pretty. I was asking a question because I
So
wanted to make sure.
he had a donut in his first preseason and his first official NBA game.
Oh, so it was both.
Wow.
Are we sure? Are we tripping?
No,
Absolutely.
I'm talking about the regular season.
So
Preseason don't
listen.
matter to me. The
So
regular
look,
season, he had
I'm
0 against the
listening.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Hold up. Preseason does matter.
Listen,
Poland dragging
listen,
Brandon Mills
listen,
through the
listen,
mud.
listen. Listen,
So
I'm
no,
not saying
preseason
anything
matters.
about LaMelo Ball. He's one of my favorite players. I'm just
No, I know
stating
you're not,
I'm just
Spike. I know.
stating
I
these
know.
facts.
I'm really asking
Right.
questions.
Yeah, he did have 0 points against Toronto in his first preseason game. The date of that game was December 12th, 2020.
Okay, so yeah, I was just asking. I wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. And so I know you speak. I know you're not Al and just be talking. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
Just-
Here we go.
I know
Fireworks.
you're not Al.
Let me
I know
mute my
you
mic.
when you
Hey,
say something,
Pope,
I
I'm not Al
listen.
or Gemini, right? So I
Right,
appreciate you.
right. No problem, my brother. No problem. Yeah, Dexter, it was good to see you on that video I did about. I'm not going to go away from. I just want to tell you it was good to see you on the Hollywood Hills. Brought back some good memories, so I appreciate it. Appreciate it. You walked the trails that day, Dex? Am I out?
Okay.
I don't know. Y'all can hear me still,
He might
or
have
is
hopped
Dex?
out and hopping
I
back
can
on.
hear
Yeah.
you. I can hear your
Y'all can
bullshit.
hear me still? I'm gonna turn out.
Yeah, we can still hear you. Yeah. I
Yeah,
Oh,
think
okay,
Dex kind
okay.
of hopped out.
But yeah, so Miller, it's about to be Miller time, Big Al. It's about to be Miller time. Let me
You
go
ain't
ahead
got
and
nothing to say about
get
that,
on this
nigga.
guy because
You got nothing to say.
Trent and Alice, they still believers. They still believe, even though when they
You
see
never believe it. What do you mean? You
you
still
still believe. And you
you
talking about me
never
getting
believe.
on Miller
You said that nigga was
over
garbage because
preseason,
he's
bro. I
fat.
was getting on Miller
Stop
before the
playing flag
draft.
football.
I must can't. Huh? Wait. I'm trying. Can you hear me talking or no?
No, nigga, we can't hear you, dog.
Oh, okay.
We,
Because
we, we can hear
you
you
acting
just
like you
fine, Pope.
can. You just talking about. But
We can
yeah.
hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Miller. I've been on Miller since before the draft. So this
So
ain't a
what?
preseason thing. This
There
was
you go.
before he even took one dribble of summer league. I was since a big no. I watched the boy have a historically bad performance, average 2 points in March Madness. Then when I go back and looked at his whole story, this is before the draft. Then I watched him speak. I'm like, yes, those are all big red flags. Everything is red flags all over the nigga. Then you find out what he did off the court even before. Like this, big red flags from his game to his brain to his heart to his parents to everything about this nigga to his age. Everything is red flags. So why would he come up as number two? So this is nothing new. I'm not getting on him because of preseason. This is what I've been telling the people. I've been telling y'all. You might not have heard me, and you might just now hearing me recently, coming up on flights recently. But if you go back to my page before the draft, you are well know, sir. It's documented that this guy's trash and he was gonna look just like this. And I damn near it's like I got a crystal ball. I said he's gonna look trash in summer league, he looked trash, and in preseason he looks even worse. But y'all think it's gonna get even he just gonna jump out the roof in regulars. I don't know. So I've been calling it, man. So sheesh.
Yeah, definitely. You got the receipts, Pope. Now, what do you feel about the Atlanta Hawks coming to town and the Charlotte Hornets hosting them at the Hive? How do you think that game is going to turn out and why?
I think it's going to turn out Hornets win. Hornets always come out strong in the beginning of the seasons, and the Hawks is one of their nemesis. It's one of they Trey Young and Melo got a thing, and Melo is better than Trey Young to me. Even though I love Trey Young's game, he's off the chain. Lamelo's he's a tad bit. He's a tad bit. He got because that size. He got the overall game of Melo's is better than Trey Young's, and Miller ain't gonna be seeing the floor that much preseason. The way Cliff played his ass in preseason told me so. Which the only reason why he played him like that in preseason because he played like trash in summer league. Then went to training camp, and trust me, he played like trash, or he wouldn't have played him like that. He would have used him differently. So he must have continued showing the performance that he was showing in March Madness, summer league, training camp. He said, "Goddamn boy, I can't even trust you, boy. You is trash." I don't know what Mitch and them and Jordan was thinking, but they trying to fire me. That's what this was.
Oh,
Yo, you was
Also, you have to remember that Miles Bridges won't be available, so someone has to fill that slot and get those minutes.
right.
You don't think Brandon Miller would get that?
No, he's going to get some minutes because that's you. We drafted him number 2. Yeah, we'll fire you sooner than later if you do not give him some minutes. Let's see what it is, and JT Thor. Nobody's hollering really for like JT Thor, but it's going to get on display. I said earlier, I think in a couple streams on flights, that the best thing to happen for Brandon Miller was for him to be the fake injury for the whole year, so he can be a rookie all again next year and maybe get another run at it. Because this looks ridiculous.
Yo, that's that.
So he's
Right
defending
now,
That's a good one, Pope. That's a
Spike,
good
you liked it, that Spike?
That's a good one.
He need the fake injury right now. He is not available,
right there.
and get this nigga because it would just look super bad on the Hornets again. Like he gonna come out and be, especially when they start ranking the top rookies in about 2 weeks in the regular season, the first month in, and that nigga way at the bottom. He gonna be way at the bottom. He's like,
Yeah.
damn.
I could not believe the Hornets drafted Brandon Miller over Scoop when I heard that when I heard them announce the draft.
Me
I couldn't
neither.
believe it. I could not believe it.
I was so shocked.
I was shocked. I was surprised. I was shocked and surprised.
And I was hurt. I was hurt. I was hurt for Melo. I was hurt because I thought that was going to be
That might be the
very good
last
look.
gut punch I felt from some news.
So I have a question for both of you guys. Is y'all Brandon Miller, I guess, experts. So what did y'all see that I did not see, and that was just so glaring to you? Pope, you said he talks funny. What about his ability to speak is an issue to you?
I mean, I'm not going to go over it. I mean, his grade, go look at his grade for interviewing when he was rookie. Go look at Schools, go look at Victor's. You can go look at all the rookies' grades on interviewing. He got an F. He was a horrible interviewer. So it ain't just me saying shit. That's what I'm saying. And it's not me that's calling his performance in March Madness historically bad. That's what it says when you Google this nigga's performance. It says a historically bad March Madness, nigga. Basically, yeah, one of the worst performances of a player ever in history of March Madness. Do you know how long March Madness been around? So if the ESPN and Google calling this nigga historically bad, what the fuck would he, and how the fuck, and what the, how does this even happen?
Yeah, there was an article that came out that said Brandon Miller's interviews had not been great ahead of 2023 NBA draft. So why would they say that?
Yeah, I'm not making this up, Al. I'm not making this up. This is noted.
He's not in great shape and he hasn't made strong impressions in person.
They said that boy was
Spike, come
skinny
on
mini.
now, Spike. Now you talked about he was reaching and stretching. That's a little stretch also because there's only 2 teams that was going to get Brandon Miller, either Charlotte or Portland.
But no,
Anybody
Dex.
else didn't have no chance.
No,
There were
Dex,
three, that he interviewed with at least 3 teams, Dex. He has to.
It doesn't matter.
No,
LaMelo
it's
did
not
the
about the
same thing.
teams. Hold on. Let me correct this real quick because it wasn't the teams that's the only interviews. They talking about just the interviews of ESPN, all the interviews, the draft combine interviews.
Draft, right.
Correct. They talking about his He sat down with a bunch of people. Not I ain't talking about no teams, Dex. So no. Not teams. Just whenever he had a mic to his face and he had to speak, he was weird.
But I
And you
don't
can go
blame him on
watch him.
that though, Pope, because everybody want to know what happened at Alabama, and that probably was something that he was self-defense
No, Dex.
mechanism of.
Dex, you can go watch him, my brother. I'm bro, you can go watch him. Go
Yeah.
actually I'll
All right.
send you a couple. I'll
Jonathan
send you a couple.
Goodman.
Maybe I might even post a couple.
And
Jonathan
then he
Goodman.
probably didn't want to be there
Oh
based
Lord,
on that.
Dex.
Listen,
Because he already listen. Your team gonna tell you. When I mean his personal team, his handlers, they're gonna tell you where you're gonna go, who's looking at you. You won't go down. You won't get past 4. 1, 2, or 3 is what they're looking at. So anything else outside of that, especially with him facing those situations down in Tuscaloosa, he probably
Dex,
wasn't up to the task
Dex,
of being smiling and friendly, and then people gonna have something to say about that. Oh, he done got involved in something, and he all smiling like nobody's affected, and you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be something.
okay, all right.
So he
So,
probably was a catch
okay,
22.
all right. Okay, Dex. All right. I'm not gonna argue with you. It's like I said, it's documented, it's noted the boy's a bad interviewer. But it ain't just even about the bad interviewing. If you watch them, see I watched them. I watched the interviews. Everyone he had. I watched everyone Scoot had. I watched everyone Victor had. So you can tell that, and even the Thompson twins, like you can tell the difference in a guy who thinks it
But don't.
and believes it. So Dex, hey, you
Okay,
can
okay, that's different though. See that.
He also
Listen,
said
I can
Paul
rock with
George
that. Hold
was
on
the
one second,
GOAT.
Spike.
He
Oh,
also said Paul George was the GOAT.
right.
hold
Like
on, hold on,
he
hold
said
on,
the
Spike.
dude
Hold on,
shit.
hold on,
He had
hold on,
mental
hold on.
issues right
We
there.
don't just want to get into all bashing Brandon Miller. We want to have some substance with it
No,
too. But listen,
we're
Pope,
telling the
I
truth
can.
about Brandon Miller. We're not
Okay,
bashing
hold
him.
on one second, Spike. Pope, I can rock with that with the twins. You follow what I'm saying? Because they're trying to uphold a league that a lot of people felt was illegitimate. So of course they're gonna come with that vicious dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the dog with rabies. This mouth is just salivating with poison. Brandon Miller.
They didn't come like that though. They what do you? I don't even. They're real elegant speaking young
I'm
men,
not
and
talking
it's
about
just the
interviews.
answers that they when they ask questions, their answers is what we're hanging on and stuff like that. It's not
Hey,
the
can I say some?
nervousness.
Hey,
I
let me
think we're
just say
putting too much
something.
stock in those
Hey,
interviews. That's all I'm
hey,
saying.
Okay,
It's
look,
because
hey,
the twins, hold on. The twins, they
oh man,
representing a league, like I said, they're representing a league coming into the draft that a lot of people felt was illegitimate. You follow what I'm saying? It wasn't really much competition or whatever. So they have to make a strong first impression. Whereas Brandon Miller played in the established league with the NCAA, and he played at a predominantly prominent conference and school, right?
Dex.
So his approach to that interview stuff was a little defeating and disappointing based on the circumstances of baggage that followed him through his journey
Dex,
going to the NBA and
you said
draft.
what's crazy is you said a lot and you didn't even watch none of his interviews. So
That's what
you
I'm
said, oh
saying.
wait, Dex, wait, because if you watch his interviews, you wouldn't be saying all this. But here nor there. Let me ask you a question. You got a bald head now, I know, but you used to have hair for sure. When did you start like knowing how much your haircuts cost?
Oh, see, there you go with that.
When did you start knowing how much your haircuts cost?
I was getting my hair cut on my own when I was around 13, 12, 13 years old.
And how much your haircut used to cost you?
I
12,
mean,
13.
I don't remember back then. Come on, man. I was in the 70s.
Did you get the barber the money?
Huh?
Did you get a barber the money?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I already knew what it was going to cost. I mean, my mom gave me the money, and I used to
You
get
knew.
allowance,
Oh,
Yo,
you
this
knew
and
what
then
it
I
was
is
gave
gonna
the
cost.
crazy,
barber what he
Pope.
was going to get,
Damn.
and
Okay.
kept the rest for some Snickers and some M&Ms.
Yeah, see, smart motherfucker. I listen to you all. You strike me as smart. Spike, what about you, sir? Same question.
Yeah, my partner in eighth grade cut hair, so I used to give him $5 and he fade me up.
Okay, okay. Al, you
But how
still
old
here?
were you? How old were you, Spike?
I was in eighth grade. Eighth
You said
grade, I
Eighth
eighth
used to cut
grade.
grade.
hair for
So
my
about
uncle.
13. About 13.
13, 14. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Al, you still here? Okay, in the chat. All the men in the chat. How old was you when you start knowing how much your haircut costs? I mean, and nigga, Brandon Miller is asked this with his GOAT, Paul George. There's no pressure. He's not asking him about, Alabama allegations. It's all love. Whole atmosphere. Beautiful. Even got his mama there. And this man said, when he was asked that very question by his GOAT, Paul George, because Paul George thought for sure. And you go look at that interview. He said, "Come on, stop playing, my nigga. What age was you? How much did it cost?" He said, I don't know." Yeah, and his mama had to scream out 50. He said, "What?" And Paul George said, "What you say, Mom? Do 50?" Now this is a 20-year-old motherfucking boy, and you mean to tell me? See that shit like that? Like you can tell he's a real dummy.
Okay, but
And,
hold on, Pope. Hold on right there. Stop right there.
okay, I
So you
shouldn't have said
telling me at
dummy. He's
Alabama,
real
when he
coddled
was
for real.
hold on, Pope. At Alabama, his mother was there for every aspect of his haircut every day.
Nope, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If she was, man, I don't know that, but maybe she was. Maybe they moved to Alabama because his daddy was the type of guy to quit. He had a scholarship at Alabama tied in, and he quit on the team because his wife, who right now today was pregnant
Hold
with
on.
Brandon Miller.
Breaking news. Breaking news in the NBA. The Memphis Grizzlies center, the beef of the middle, pause. Steven Adams will undergo season-ending surgery.
Yeah,
Steven Adams will not be present for this NBA calendar season.
okay. And so when the nigga daddy quit Alabama, my mama probably followed him. Right, that's how they get out. It seems. Because first of all, your mama shouldn't be the one paying for the cuts. Why ain't your daddy? You got a daddy in your life full time who quit Alabama, moved to Tennessee to be there before she even had the boy. When she was pregnant in the stomach, he said, "Oh fuck this football, almost going to the NFL possibly." No, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna come over here." So yeah, it's weird to me for a 20-year-old man to he really didn't know. Like he really didn't know. This nigga mama had to yell 50. And he asked me, okay, well, boy, they asked him, let me ask you another question, Dex. What's your favorite basketball movie?
You asking me?
Yes, what's your favorite basketball movie?
The
We all
fish to
got
say
one.
Pittsburgh. The fish to say Pittsburgh.
What is it? I'm not gonna check that out.
The fish that say Pittsburgh.
I ain't seen that. Okay, that's a
And my
basketball
second
movie.
best one is Love and Basketball.
Oh, that's the shit. Spike, what about you?
I like Blue Chips. That was my favorite basketball movie.
Oh, Chip, Penny, and Shaq, and they really played on the same team. That was crazy. That was crazy. With Darnell, oh, yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. See, these are easy ants. These are easy. They're like easy. And we knew this for a long time. This ain't nothing new. He didn't just become Blue Chips, became his favorite basketball. He was asked that same question, Derek. You know what his answer was? He don't
What was
know.
it?
He don't know. He don't watch movies like that.
Oh, if you don't watch movies, okay.
That's a weird little boy, man. That's a
That's
weird
a
little boy.
weird
Spike,
kid.
stop.
You mean to tell me you never seen
Y'all
Space
kidding.
Jams?
Y'all done
Nothing. I
ran
mean,
Spike Lee off with this foolishness.
wowzers.
I mean, y'all
Wow.
done ran Big Al off with this foolishness.
No, this is real talk, bro. This is like when you hear these type of things, you're like, come on, are you serious? And that's Paul George. They all taking it. The lady who asked him that she's an ESPN. Like this was on ESPN. Like, are you serious? They asked Scoot
Y'all
Henderson
remember what I
and
just
Victor the
said? The
same thing,
fish
and
that
they answered
saved
everything
Pittsburgh.
like,
Classic.
"Hey, I gotta watch that. I gotta see that." You need to type that in the chat,
You're gonna
Dex.
love it when you know you the type you will love it because you a basketball enthusiast. So you will love that movie. The
Yeah,
fish
please.
that saved Pittsburgh.
Fish that safe Pittsburgh. My
There's
memory
Oh,
so
ain't
he
many
that
said
sharp.
Jesus
uh,
Shuttleworth. He got game.
Oh, he got game.
there's
It's
so
crazy.
many
That's what I'm
basketball
saying.
Yeah.
movies.
There's so
There's
many.
so many, and for you to love basketball, you should be able to name a. Even if you don't know which one's your favorite, the fact that you can't even throw one out, you
He
just a
just said he
weird.
didn't watch
You're a
movies
weirdo.
though.
No,
You
That's what
can't
I'm
be
no,
saying.
mad
He's a
at him
no,
for
no,
weirdo.
that.
no, no. Hold on, Dex. Let me tell you what he said. The lady who asked him, because she was a, I can't, I'm mad that I don't know her name, but she's WNBA, and she doing it now. She's the analyst on ESPN. So and she interviewed Scoot, Victor too. She asked all of them the same questions. That you need to go check this shit out. She asked them all the same questions. And then she was like, "Come on, dude, you got to give me something." He was like, "Man, I really don't know." She was like, "Not even Space Jams?" He was like, "Oh, yeah, Space Jams." Nigga, are
Wow.
you
Nigga said
serious?
jams. Nigga said jams with an S.
Yo, so Big Al, come back, man.
So,
So,
so I
so
can't
not
make
so
this
hold on,
shit
hold on,
up.
hold on. So
Go ahead, Spike.
not only is he an abysmal shooter with no motor and no mental strength, and also a horrible clutch performer, but he also is a weirdo. God damn it!
Thank you. He's a weirdo. Oh, see, like, no, thank you. I'm glad you brought it back because I'm like, we talking about something that, but like, yeah, he also, with all of that, he's also a weirdo. Nigga, the homie, come on. So you ain't had no homies that you went to the homie's house
Okay.
when y'all was young
We
and
Pope,
y'all
we
ain't
know how
watched
you
no
feel about
basketball
Brandon.
movies.
But listen, Pope, we know how you feel about Brandon. And
I mean, I
Spike,
just,
we know
yeah.
how you feel about Brandon to some degree. Maybe not as extreme as Pope, but you have your disappointments that you express
I've gathered my
with
data.
Brandon.
We'll say that,
But
Dex. I've
but
gathered my
Pope,
data.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You're a trained observer. But Pope, where do you feel the Brandon Miller role? I mean, what do you feel Brandon Miller role is coming into the opening day game match versus the Atlanta Hawks?
Well, it looked like Frankie Cigarettes came six man off the bench in the fourth preseason game, and they didn't like come in together like or Frankie hit Cigarettes hit the floor first, but Brandon was a step behind him. He didn't get in the man until like 3 minutes left in the first quarter. So his role will be limited, but that's really on because of him.
Ooh,
'Cause
Pope, hold on, Pope. I'm sorry, but you said something crucial. His role would be limited based on what?
his performances all throughout. Clifford, let me tell you something. Clifford know he gonna get fired anyway. So he don't give a fuck about no Brandon Miller. He knew this shit was a horrible pick. You can tell. Like he's watching them. He was there at the summer league games. Like he's not gonna make up shit for like the like people who's fans of him or whatever. This is like basketball. He's serious about his stuff. He know what he's doing too. He done took some weak ass teams to the playoffs. So he with not a lot of so he like, bro, y'all give me because think about if he had a scoop with Melo, with PJ, with Mark Williams, he would you think about how he would utilize that kid with this type of see, I'm just saying, bro. They
Good,
knew they
good,
would have to
good,
get rid of
good
Terry.
question.
Yeah. It's this shit is they would have to get rid of Terry Rozier, all of that type of that phony shit would have to go. And you would have gave Clifford a team. We would have gave Clifford a team with two dogs, probably three of them when Miles Bridges come back. Yeah, Miles Bridges. Like, come on, bro. They would have gave Clifford a team because he preached defense, discipline. You see how Melo playing defense? I ain't never
So
seen Melo play
so
defense
Pope,
like this.
so Pope. Me and you kind of agree on the outcome of the Charlotte Hornet matchup with the Atlanta Hawks, and Spike differ on that. Now, how do Mark Williams affect the game when
Next,
Atlanta?
hold on. Before you change the subject, Let me get a word in edgewise. I mean, come on, bro.
Man, you
Wow.
ran and came back. You see, this nigga ran down the
Hold on.
street
Can I
like,
finish?
fuck
Can I
this.
finish asking
Let me
him a
get my
serious
chain.
question?
Thank you. Let Dex finish, man. Come
That's
running
it.
in.
He finally found that stat he was looking for.
Yeah, he found something. Yeah, he found something. That's all that is.
That's not all.
He been searching like
What you
hell for
find,
that
Big Al?
stat.
Come on, protect the team, Big Al. Protect the team.
All right, so first of all, Pope, my favorite basketball movie is He Got
It's
Game.
what? You fade now, man.
White Man
You
Can't
speaking through a
Jump.
speaker.
I got three of them. White Man Can't Jump, He Got Game, and Above the Rim. I love all three of them. All right, so I've been getting my hair cut or cutting my hair since I was in high school. Well, before that, I don't know how much my I don't remember how much my haircuts were. To be
Oh,
honest,
that's why you like Brandon Miller. Okay.
We got a lot in common.
I got some shit in common. You was like, see, my nigga be needed, my nigga. I don't know. I gotta ask my mama.
listen.
But you
Those
say high
are
school, not a grown man, 20 years old. Did you not
okay.
know how much a haircut costs? Not even that you, even when, hold on, Al, hold on.
You been talking.
Wait, no, wait. No, I want you to keep talking. I
No,
just
but
got
I
a
was
quick.
asking him questions though, Al. He ain't just been talking. It's been structured.
No, he's been talking. So let me just say this: that he can talk. It's a question. So
Zach Collins signed a extension with the San Antonio Spurs worth $35 million. Go ahead, Big Al.
all right, so Paul, this is my question to you. Okay, a couple things. First of all, I'm gonna make a statement and a question. First of all, the statement is they did the same shit in the draft this year with the NFL. They were dragging C.J. Stroud's name through the mud because he couldn't pass an S2 test. Oh, he didn't go to this Manning throw camp. He's a trash. He's hard to coach. They were saying all this bullshit about him. Talking nothing about his ability on the football field. Same, and then Howard did. I mean, even though the Panthers on my team, Howard and my boy Bryce Young, making it seem like he's the next coming. But we see when the actual game started, the real shit, not just preseason, because Stroud was struggling in preseason too. He was balling the fuck out. So and let's keep this energy if Brandon start going in and balling. We'll see what happens. No, here's my question, Dex. I mean, not Dex.
Can I rebuttal
Let me
to that? What you
finish.
just said?
No, you've been talking. Let me finish. Okay. So, Paul, the fact that he don't know a goddamn thing about a movie, the fact that he don't know how much his haircut costs, the fact that his daddy decided to stop college football because he wanted to raise his fucking son, how the fuck did that affect his ability on basketball on the court? What did that
Okay,
do?
let's move on for Brandon Miller.
What
I
did
got
that do?
I got something else to introduce to the stream.
That's all I
Now,
got to say.
now, Atlanta's coming to town. Pope, you mentioned about Lamelo and Trae Young having
Oh my God.
their issues. What numbers you give Lamelo for this first
Oh,
for this first game?
triple dipple.
Oh,
Yeah, triple dipple. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like little titties, niggas like big pointy nipples. That's what he gonna do.
so Al, what you got? What you got on Lamelo player performance?
Question. I lost focus. What did you say again?
Well, you know Trae Young and Lamelo have their little thing they got going on. So what you think Lamelo will come into this game in his numbers? What do you think his numbers going to be?
He probably gonna be
Player
20.
performance.
He might have a 20-10 game, man. Because can't nobody on the Hawks stop him, to be honest. Yeah, Melo might have the 20-10 game, bro. I'll be honest.
Do you think Lamelo's going to stress trying to set a tone due to his absence based on injury, or you think he's just going to cruise and allow his other teammates to get involved throughout the course of the game?
Well, first of all, I think from my observation of basketball and how Clifford has coached his team and how they played, I think LaMelo will start the quarter, the first of the game, first quarter of the game, trying to set people up. That's what I'm saying. If that does not work, I suspect he'll start getting his, which of course he can anytime he wants. I'll be honest. That's what I've noticed. So hopefully, so that's when I think it'll be 20-10. I don't know if he'll win. I hope they'll win. I mean, but the Hornets as an organization, not just Brandon Miller or anybody in particular, they have not been good. I don't understand the rotations. I hope the best for Frank Ntilikina. I know he's hurt, so I'm not going to talk ill of him. But I just hope that, the other guy who fill it in, which what I've seen is Nick Smith, can make up for his lack. So I don't know, man. It's up in the air, but I think it'll be 20-10. That's your question, Dex.
What you think, Mike?
Spike
Hold
gone?
on, I'm looking at the Hornets win-loss record when Lamelo gets a triple-double. 1 second.
Do you think Lamelo will get a triple double in his
Well, it's
first game coming back off injury?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. He's a triple-double threat every time he steps on the floor. But I'm more curious as to what the record is when he gets that triple-double. And right now,
actually,
it's not
actually,
good.
wait, I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said right now it's not looking good.
So do you got him pegged for a triple double, or you just got him some high numbers?
I got him high numbers. I don't think he'll necessarily get the triple-double.
You think Cliffy is going to kind of like monitor his minutes, or are you going to just let him flow?
I think Cliffy's going to let him go. I think at this point he's got nothing to hold back on with Lamelo. Going to let him go. For better or for worse, he's going to let him go.
And yeah, to answer your question, Newmark, to the best of my ability, that was part of the agreement in the purchasing of the team that Michael Jordan and his staff will take control of the draft and free agency and turn over the team once free agency has expired. And that's exactly what happened. So that was part of the stipulation of the purchase agreement. Yeah, I think Lamelo will have high numbers. I think Gordon Hayward will have a good game as well. And as far as anybody else, I'm not sure. I think Mark Williams will do his best to man that paint, and he should have double-digit rebounds. But it's going to be tough because Atlanta bring trees in that area with Clint Capella, Onyeka Okongwu, Big O, and DeAndre Hunter. He's going to get in there, nice high flyer who can shoot well. So that's going to be a tough task. And this is the same strategy they had against Miami when they played Miami in that playoff matchup last calendar season, where they whooped Miami and advanced to the 7th seed to play the Philadelphia 76ers they played, or they played Boston? No, they played Boston, excuse me. Last season they played Boston.
Let's take a look at the depth chart and let's see who has the advantage out of the starting lineup between the two teams, all right?
Go for it.
So you got LaMelo Ball matched up with Trae Young. Who would you all say has the advantage? I'm going to call that a wash, but who would you all say has the advantage on that?
Well, if you call that a wash, is it based on scoring and assists only, or do rebounds factor in that?
I would just say based on everything, overall performance.
Okay.
I think Lamelo has an advantage.
Big guy, you have to talk up. We can barely hear you.
I think Lamelo, is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I think Lamelo has the advantage. I think he has the advantage in his ability, overall. Pope said he's improving on defense. I honestly wasn't paying attention, but yeah, I believe that might be the case.
Okay, Pope.
Too busy looking at Miller on the bench over there, huh? Looking at Miller do nothing when he was on the floor,
Pope,
huh?
who they got the advantage out of LaMelo and Trae Young in these starting lineup matchups?
I already told you, Melo. I got Melo.
All right. So the shooting guard matchup is Terry Rozier versus DeJounte Murray. Who's got the advantage? I say DeJounte has the advantage on that.
Oh yeah, Dejounte all day. Because Terry has to show more consistency and stroke the
Ev-
ball.
Everybody else, to make this a little short, everybody else on the Hawks have the advantage.
I don't agree with that. I think PJ Washington has an advantage over Jalen Johnson.
Oh, who?
Nah,
Or-
Jalen Sadiq Bey is scheduled to start.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he got the advantage. PJ Washington has the advantage over Sadiq Bey. Because I think he can actually go.
Now, Dex, you were raving about Sadiq earlier when I first came on. Who would you say has the advantage in that matchup?
I think the absence of John Collins will affect the Atlanta Hawks. And I
Right.
know they got Sadiq Bey, but John Collins was a real problem for the
But
Charlotte Hornets. And
who you got?
I think his absence will be a telltale sign
Dex,
this
who has the
season.
edge in the matchup between PJ Washington and Sadiq Bey?
That's a good one.
So who's
I
the
think
small
maybe
forward?
PJ Washington might have the edge because PJ Washington do more than what Sadiq Bey do.
Exactly. So, Spike,
But that's a good question, though.
question, Spike.
I'm
So,
gonna call
who's a
that a
small
wash
forward?
too. I'm gonna
Who's a
call that a
small
wash
forward?
too.
Who's a small forward, Spike?
Gordon Hayward versus DeAndre Hunter.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's a
I say Gordon Hayward.
I think Gordon Hayward has the edge on that as well.
okay. I think Gordon. I'm torn. Yeah.
Y'all got Gordon. Are you kidding me? All around performance. Not no scoring. Gordon is a better scorer than Hunter, yes. But defensively, Hunter gets after it better than Gordon. Rebounding, Hunter gets at it better than Gordon. Getting up and down the floor, even. Hunter is better than Gordon. Gordon is only better than Hunter in scoring.
All right. Yeah. He might have a point, but
Yeah, so even if DeAndre Hunter is a better defender, I don't think DeAndre Hunter can guard Gordon Hayward.
Okay.
Gordon
So
Hayward's offensive game, for
It's
better
nice.
or for worse, is down pat. He knows exactly where he wants to get his shots at, and DeAndre Hunter's not going to put a stop to that.
But I just that's where I disagree because I think DeAndre Hunter, he got that muscle body that see Gordon is good with that sneaky strength. But Hunter is he can match it. He ain't gonna bounce. Gordon be bouncing people off of him with that sneaky strength. That little slow ass 1-2 Euro shit he put into you. Yeah, I like his moves. But I think Hunter keeps up with him. That's why the Hawks be whipping the Hornets.
Yeah, and they both actually average the same. They both average 4 rebounds a game. So ain't no there's no difference there.
Okay, all right. Look at
okay.
this.
So on a center position, I think Mark. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with this Mark. I think if Mark comes out like we've seen him, I think he had the advantage.
Who you rather have on your team, Hunter or Gordon?
Depends on the type of team I'm building. Depends on who I got everywhere else.
Okay. So Hunter on Hornets, would you like him better than Gordon?
I mean, it's a wash. To me either way is insignificant to what
Okay.
the Hornets are trying to do.
'Cause I think the Hornets would rather have. I mean, the Hawks would rather keep Hunter.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean Hunter don't make the Hornets better though. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
He don't make them better than what they are with Gordon.
I think he'll be a better match for to get that energy bring and to get up and down playing with alongside Melo. I think it'll be a way because sometimes Gordon slows the ball down too much for the Hornets. If you had a young Hunter who gonna play both sides of the ball too, because that's one thing they definitely need more of. And Gordon is a liability on defense. We ain't gonna try to
And
front here.
Hunter's a liability on offense.
He's not a liability. Knock it off. He's not a liability now. He ain't as skilled as Gordon, but I wouldn't call him a liability.
He shoot he shoots below league. He shoots right under league average from three, and those are all wide open shots that he just catches and has to shoot.
But he do more than shoot three. He
I
get to
know,
the
I know,
bucket.
but I'm saying, but that's a liability right there. If you're wide open and you're shooting under league average, that's a liability.
No. That's okay. How many 3-point attempts he shoot a game?
4.
4. It's not a lot, sir. So he don't. It's not like he gonna shoot you out the game. He not putting up high
I
volume
mean, all,
threes
all I'm
and
doing,
missing.
all I'm doing is stacking up on the other guys and forcing the ball to get swung
No, but
around.
he takes it in for the most part, and he gets how much he average a game? How many points?
15.
Wow, I was gonna say 11, 12, but goddamn. So, so that means that definitely rests my case. So he averaged 15 points. Everybody got to shoot a three. If you can't be stopped in what you do best, and that's great. If you shoot the three sometimes and you're not a good 3-point shooter, which he's not, and he don't force that, he shoot those 4 threes because why? Sometimes he get put in a position to be wide open for those threes, and he'll just say fuck it and try it out. But he know his game. A
Shout
much
out
better
to
player than
Marcus
Gordon.
made it.
I didn't know he was having 15. Shit, and what's his field goal percentage?
Um, 46%.
Oh, nigga. Hey, come on, Spike. You know better. Now I think you're understanding what I'm
Yeah,
putting down now.
Gordon averaged 15 on 47. So I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
15 on 40. What do you mean?
Uh,
15 attempts a game?
no, 15 points a game on 47%.
Oh, that's what I'm saying to you. At first I gave the edge offensively to Gordon Hayward. But now you telling me this nigga averaged 15 points on basically 50% shooting, then he's not really better than Gordon on offense. And so that just really kill your point. That's what I'm saying. This
No, I
nigga's
mean,
not better than
look,
Gordon.
you asked me who I'd rather have. Do I think he'd move the needle on the Hornets? And I don't think so. I think they'd be the same team with Gordon or with DeAndre Hunter. That's what I'm saying. But
No, I'm
look,
cool. I ain't gonna. That's your opinion. I'm just saying. I didn't know he was averaging 15. I
yeah, I
thought
was
he
a little
was,
surprised too. I didn't know he was averaging 15 a game either.
especially on 40. What'd you say? 48, 40,
46.
yeah, 46. Yeah. So, and really, took them. What really makes that the 46 instead of
It was a
like
3-point
50
shooting.
something is those bad 3-point, those 4 3-pointer shots that he be shooting. That fucked his. So okay, what is free throw like? That's bad
He's
too.
Nah, he's at his free throw is at what is he shooting free throw? He's shooting at 82% off three
Oh
attempts.
Lord G. Yeah. I'll take Hunter yeah, with the edge in that
You gotta
matchup.
also factor in how many free throw attempts he get per game.
Yeah, you got to factor that in too. But I'm sure that's his game is getting in the paint. So he's not a pretty player. So I'm sure he gets to the line. Uh, you know, not a I'm gonna say he gets there the way a coach probably want him to get there.
Yeah, I mean, if in a playoff setting, I just think Gordon helps the Hornets more.
No defense though, Spike. How you?
Yeah, but he's a reliable half court option though.
But Spike, and he slows their offense down.
He's still a reliable half court option.
No, but so is Hunter.
I don't think so.
But that's why they don't pay you for thinking.
Yeah.
The numbers just
Hunter is
said
mostly an up and down player though. Hunter is a mostly up and down player.
Huh?
He's a mostly up and down player, like transition. You go to the wing and wait for that open three and wing it. If you just check out some of his highlights, you'll see how they structure him. Because what happened was he basically took over from Huter. Because Huter was the player they would use to swing open to hit that corner three or fall back three. That's what DeAndre Hunter do. Like he kind of slag off when the transition is going, and if they can't get it, then him trailing, they kick the ball back out to him, and he normally hits that three from the top of the key.
Dex, he
That's
only
what mostly
shoot four
does.
threes. Dex, he don't really shoot threes. Dex, so
But that's how they play him, though. You don't have to shoot a whole bunch of threes to play like that.
well,
Because
listen,
Trae Young is going to
if
get the
they
shot. You already know that. Trae Young and Javante
see,
Murray is going to get all the shots. So
I
whatever's
think
left, that's how they swing it.
I feel you, but I think you misconstrued. Just because I didn't know he averaged 15, don't mean I ain't seen this nigga play. I know how he plays. He's a hooper. I just didn't know he was averaging 15. I thought it was more like 12, 11. So to know that he's averaging 15, like that's his. He's a player. He's an energetic player. So his motor is always on. And even when he's not scoring, he's going to play, bro. He's going to do something. Like, and I'm not saying he's a super duper hooper or a future artist, but I know he's a consistent type of player, and that's
Yeah,
why the Atlanta
he's an
Hawks.
up and down player. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. He's an up and down player. That's his
Okay,
game.
okay.
Open court, pull up. Um, he doesn't have a conscience to some degree. The only reason why he don't put up more shots, like I said before, is because John Collins was there and or Javante Murray is there. And you already know Trae Young is going to put up at least 20 to 22 shots per game.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
But
We'll see. When is the game?
he gets a lot of his in transition, and he'll pull up on you. He has DeAndre Hunter has no problem pulling up. He's
When is
unconscionable.
when is the game?
Say that again.
When is the game?
Oh, the 25th. Opening day starts on the 24th. You only got 4 games, but those are 4 powerful games because you got Lakers in Denver, and you got Suns and who the Suns play again? Suns and Golden State. So those are the 2 games that starts off the regular season. Those 4 teams, and then you have the plethora of teams play Wednesday, which is the 25th, and the Charlotte Hornets is leading as far as the first game being played for Wednesday after the star-studded Tuesday matchups, Tuesday matinees. So Charlotte's in a good position because the NBA would just come off the heels of its opening day, and then Charlotte and Lamelo Ball and company should get some eyes on them to be that first game in the next day in the schedule slots. So it's going to be a lot of eyes on that game to see Ice Trae against Lamelo Ball. And we get a good look at some of the other players that we don't see that often. And like I said, I'm very inquisitive about Sadiq Bey and Onyeka Okongwu because both of these players have meaningful agendas. And Sadiq Bey is trying to hold off the little quirky Jalen Johnson coming out of Duke. And Onyeka, Big O, is trying to squeeze more minutes from Clint Capella. And in the preseason, Onyeka definitely increased his minutes play. But like I said, that's preseason. I don't know if I can predicate that on anything because Clint Capella is getting older. He makes an exuberant amount of money. He's not old. He's only 29 years old. But Onyeka can give you that same production, and he's an inch shorter, but more mobile. And I think he can be more active because he's only 22 years old. He's 7 years younger than Clint Capella. And it's about his time because he got drafted number 6? Wasn't he the 6th player drafted? Or the 5th? No, he was the 5th player drafted.
It was the 5th.
Yeah, because Pat Williams was 4 and Onyeka was 5. Yeah. So he was a 5th player drafted in that prolific draft and most profitable draft lucrative draft. I mean, not profitable, lucrative draft of 2020. That's the most lucrative draft in the 75 years of the NBA history. So they want to get him inserted and be a part of a more role than he has yet because he came in with a bad foot. You know, he had his surgery, then he was healing and recuperating from that surgery. Now I think Onyeka is 100% healthy and he's ready to put that 6'9" frame, 240 pounds from the University of South Central into action up there in Freaknik Town.
Hey,
So we're
who do
going to
y'all
see
think?
how he play against
Who y'all,
his former high school running mate, Lamelo Ball, when they match up Wednesday night.
I want to know who y'all think has the edge between Jalen Johnson and Brandon Miller.
Shout out to DFJ Hoops. Jalen Johnson and Brandon Miller. It looks like Jalen Johnson because as we speak, um, you know, Jalen is older. They're about the same height. I think Jalen weighs more. He comes from a more astute university when it comes to basketball. It's Duke and come from that powerful ACC conference. And Brandon Miller have yet to really spark any main interest or draw extra eyes onto his performance. And he's coming out of the SEC, which is cool. But Alabama is not really, really known for basketball. You know what I'm saying? We all know that's a football school down in Tuscaloosa. So Jalen is also pushing for a starting spot and trying to remove Sadiq Bey out of that spot. And Sadiq Bey came via trade from Detroit Pistons. So I mean, so that's Jaden is pushing, and he feel that he can, move Sadiq Bey off that rock. But we'll see. But right now, it seems like Coach Snyder is leaning more favorable towards Sadiq Bey based on probably experience. But Jalen Johnson is definitely one of those young men, diaper dandies that come in, and he's very explosive. So those who don't know who Jalen Johnson is, when you get a chance to look at the light skin from Atlanta, you're gonna see that this dude loved to try to put apples on people's heads.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't know who JJ was. Okay, so yeah, so, a guy I didn't even hear of in the draft that much. It's better than the number two pick. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely cover the Hornets to the T, and we have a lot of Hornets fans. I mean, real hardcore fans come up here and state their case. DFJ hoops, and if you want to be one of those who take that risk, and it has to be a calculated decision coming up on this panel because you can get some type of blowback depending on how you present yourself. But yes, we do talk about the Hornets and especially Lamelo Ball. So Spike, what you feel about Jalen?
Yeah, I give Jalen the advantage. He's taller, stronger, faster, more athletic, plays with a higher motor. He's already had some time in the league. So yeah, I give Jalen the edge.
And
Yeah,
what
and
what
go ahead.
draft pick was he?
You
Say
said
that
what?
again, Pope.
What draft pick was he?
He wasn't high like that. What was
He
Jalen?
was the
I don't even remember when Jalen Johnson was picked, to
he
be
was the
honest. But
20
I
he
think
was
he
the
was a
20th
first
pick.
rounder,
He was the
and I
20th pick.
think he was a lottery pick, like
He
around.
was the
Cause,
20th
'cause
pick.
no, did he was a lottery pick because of a
He
trade or
was
something,
the
right?
20th pick.
Oh, the 20th. Okay, 20th. Okay, he was right outside the lottery pick.
And what's his measurables?
6'9", 220.
Wow.
Yeah, he got a little beef on him. Pause.
So 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 you mean to
Plus, to come
tell
out of
me?
an astute school, he was coached by Coach K
So you mean
for
to
at least
tell?
one season.
Right, okay. So all that good stuff, all that good stuff. So you mean to tell me they went and jumped out the window
Oh my God, here come the
for
Miller stuff.
for a 6'9"
Al, don't you leave.
wing guy when
I
they
think
had
Al
so
might already
many
left.
6'9" wingmen projected in the late first round, and especially Monty Bates all the way in the back end of the second round, and you pass up on a potential superstar, potential
Well,
type
that's your boy
player?
Jordan. That's your boy Jordan. Remember
Nah,
Jordan's
man.
running the
Yeah,
show.
I told you, Jordan's a puppet. Jordan's a puppet.
That's your boy
He's a
Jordan with
puppet
that
master.
foolishness, man. Listen, we all know they was going to pick Scoot, and this is why it was a non consensus. So they had to redo it again, and this time they brought everybody in to view what someone saw on Brandon Miller, and then they just went with that because initially they was drafting Scoot. Because if they was drafting Brandon Miller initially, there would be no need to have a second tryout and Michael Jordan be present.
DFJ Hoop says he won't smoke with everybody on the panel. Let him drop the link.
Well, he got the link is there, DFJ. You got to scroll up and find the link because I don't have the link. If anybody
Oh,
can, yeah, the link is right here. I see
yeah.
the link is right there. They're
Oh,
going
yeah,
to link.
he don't want no smoke. Then. He passed that up. He know that's the link. He don't want to smoke. He just talking. All right, but yeah, sheesh. So 6'9", I've heard Dex say explosive. I've heard I heard Spike say a lot of different good things, and then I heard Dex say a whole bunch of good things about this kid. I gotta go check him out, and that's a shame. Brandon Miller. People say he's 6'9". He's 6'9", as if it ain't a whole bunch of 6'9".
Hey, DFJ said he wants smoke with everybody on the panel.
Be careful what you ask for, DFJ. Be careful.
Yeah, DFJ, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so to the illustrious platform that Flay has um, uh, established and grounded and raised up for us to all give our hoop takes, including you, even though you had no clue that we existed. Welcome.
But you're more than welcome to come on the panel. Just find the link to scroll up. I think about at least 10 slots, and you'll find the link. It's right there where people was mentioning their favorite basketball movie.
If he's adamant, he'll find the link.
Yeah, it's not that far above because we only have
We ain't
13
hard
in
to
the house
find.
right now.
We ain't hard to find. Shout out to Coach Prime.
so, so me and Pope agree that the Hornets will be 1-0 after tomorrow. I mean, after Wednesday. And Spike Lee and Big Al don't think the Hornets are going to win this one. So 2 for the Hornets, 2 not for the Hornets.
Sounds like DFJ can be the tiebreaker.
Well, we got a guy called Andre76. I don't know if that's DFJ. How you doing, my brother, Andre?
What's good, y'all?
Are you DFJ?
Nah.
Oh, okay. The DFJ was saying he wanted to smoke for everybody. How you hear about the channel?
Now I'm just scrolling through YouTube and I just saw it.
Oh man, you stumbled into the right place, man. Flight.
Hey, welcome to the panel, brother. Welcome
Yeah,
to
y'all
Sports
Hornets
TV.
fans?
No, not all of us, but we do have Hornets fans that's a part of this channel, no doubt.
You can say we're mentally invested in the Hornets' success.
Success?
Yeah.
Why,
Are you a
are you a
Hornets fan?
Hornets fan? Are you a Hornets fan?
No, I'm not a Hornets fan. Like I barely see any Hornets fans on YouTube. That's why I'm kind of surprised.
Oh, okay. Well, they here.
Yeah. But bro, what you mean
Hornets, Pelicans,
Wait, what you mean
Lakers,
what you mean
Blazers,
success though?
Denver. Say that again.
Particularly one player in Lamelo Ball.
Lamelo. Okay. Yeah, I kind of disagree with the contract that y'all gave him, but I kind of understand why, because y'all don't really get.
That's a good topic. Explain that. You don't need not go no further. Just explain that right there.
Yeah, at first, I kind of disagree, but I looked at it long term, and I'm like, no players really signed for the Charlotte Hornets when you think about it. in terms of free agents, or so them locking up Lamelo Ball, I thought that was great because he's a transcendent talent, and he ain't made it to the playoffs yet, but I think with the right pieces with Brandon Miller, I think he can definitely get
What?
Okay, hold on. We're gonna get to that. Hold on 1 second, Andre. Stay right there. Okay.
Do you think,
Now,
Dex? What do you think, Dex?
you didn't agree with the contract at first, and then over time, it kind of like, okay, I can accept that.
I can
It looked
accept that, right?
justifiable.
Yeah.
Now, did you feel the same way about Tyrese Halliburton?
No,
Explain that.
bro. Tyrese Halliburton. Wait, what was this contract? Because I'm trying
Same
to
as Lamelo, 260 million.
260.
Matter of fact, Tyrese Halliburton was announced first. He was the very first of that draft class, 2020, to receive that exuberant contract of 260 million. He was the first to be announced.
Also known as the rookie supermax extension.
I mean, I'm gonna
Buzz.
put it this way.
Hold on, Buzz. Go ahead, Andre.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it this way. We all got biases. Tyrese is one of my favorite players, so when he got that contract, I was just kind of like happy for him because I know his potential. He got high upside. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, higher upside. Wow. Okay, let's go back to Tyrese Halliburton. And
hold on, Dex. You said he's got. I want to make sure I heard you right. You said he's got high upside or higher upside than Lamelo. Which one?
He's got high upside.
You said higher. Wait, hold on. Say that.
Yeah,
again.
Not higher than Lamelo, but
okay, got you. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
See, now, I needed to clarify, Dex.
Right now, let's go back and see. Tyrese Halliburton was a part of Sacramento, right?
Right.
He gets traded. Right now, a good trade worked for both teams. At least it appeared prima facie at first glance. Then he goes to Indiana, but Indiana didn't improve because they didn't even make the play-in tournament. So how you justify giving them 260 million, Andre?
Wait, say that last word again. I didn't hear you.
I said the Indiana Pacers under the helm of Tyrese Halliburton didn't improve because they didn't make the tournament, and that was the second year in a row they didn't make the tournament. So how do you justify giving Tyrese Halliburton that $260 million contract when he has yet to touch even a play-in tournament? He never played one game past 82.
So the season before the Pacers traded for him, how many games did they win? I'm trying to compare like the season
30,
before
maybe
the season
30
after.
You probably won like 30, 35 games.
And then when they got him, how many games they won?
I think it's around the same. Probably around 30, 35 games.
Are you sure? Because I want to.
No, I'm not sure. I'm guessing.
Right first,
because I don't have the numbers in front of me.
I got it right here.
Okay, he got it. Spike got it.
So Tyrese Halliburton and Lamelo were part of the 2020 draft class, correct?
Right.
Yes.
So 2021-22, they won 25 games. 2022-23, which is when they had Tyrese, they won 35 games. So their wins improved by 10.
35 games. Okay. I was right on 35 games then.
Okay, but looking at his stats, 20 points, 10 assists, shooting 49% from the field, and he made the All-Star team. Why doesn't he deserve a max contract?
Well, I'm going to ask you that question, honestly, because you agree with it. So every All-Star the first-time All-Star deserve the rookie max or any max contract?
So when you get the max contract, right, they project what you're going to produce in the very near future. And looking at his stats right here, he averaged 20 points, 10 assists, and he's shooting 49% from the field, 40% from the three, like almost 50, 40, 90. Like this dude is so what you call it? He's what's the word I'm looking for? Efficient.
Versatile.
Nah, I mean he's not very versatile, but I'm gonna say he's very efficient because if you look at his stats right here, and he don't take a lot of shots. Imagine if he was a volume shooter, he putting up almost 25.
Well, then his
but that's not his game to be a volume shooter.
Right, it's not his game. Right, I agree with that. Yeah.
But no, he is extremely efficient, and I agree. I do agree. I think he's an amazing player. He's actually one of my favorite point guards in the league.
Yeah.
And I do think people need to put him and LaMelo in a case study because there's not as much separation as a lot of people think when it comes to those two, if any.
But my question, this is only my question right here.
Okay.
Because if you put LaMelo in the same position of career-wise of Tyrese Halliburton, do you think LaMelo would have accrued a $260 million contract?
On the Pacers, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
You
I'm
think?
not trying,
Hold
I'm
on,
not
bro.
trying to
You
make
got
it seem
one.
like LaMelo's a bum. Like, I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not. You know, I'm not saying he's a bum. He's rookie of the year.
Hold on. Let me learn y'all something.
Yeah.
If you put LaMelo on the Indiana Pacers,
No, we're talking Sacramento first.
time out. Let's just put him on the Pacers with their roster that they got. Do they make the playoffs? Play in at least? They win more than 35 games?
I mean, they probably make the play-in because LaMelo's been in the play-in like what 2-3 times already.
Twice.
Yeah. So yeah, they could make the play-in, but the playoffs, I don't think so.
So do they make the playoff with Tyrese Halliburton? A full season, full healthy
season. They make the play-in, but they're not top 6. But they can make the playoffs as a 7 for 8 seed, but they're not top 6.
Okay.
What's their center name?
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner. Yeah.
Turner. So they got Turner, LaMelo,
and Isaiah Jackson,
Buddy Hield.
They got Mathurin, that rookie Mathurin.
Isaiah. But I'm talking about before. I'm talking about when Tyrese Halliburton got there. They roster they had, to me, is way better than the Hornets roster, by far. And the Hornets, Melo was able to take the bum ass Hornets to the play-in both his years. And
were they bums?
With super bums, with Bismack Biombos and the Cody and the Zellers and the that part. So you switch LaMelo over to the Pacers with a cat like Miles Turner and Buddy Hield and yada yada and these players. They got some players over there. Isaiah Jackson. To me, they might definitely make the playoffs.
But that's a hypothetical. Like
the top 6 is hard though, Pope. You gotta agree with that. The top 6 in the East is hard. It's difficult.
Yeah, right. But
no, I'm saying even if they made the play-in, listen.
Yeah.
18.
Oh, you talking about through the play-in? Oh, you saying through the play-in?
Even if you make the play-in, you still get an action to make the playoffs, correct?
Okay, yeah. Okay. If you say it like that, okay.
Tyrese went down last year. They were in the 5th seed in the East before Tyrese went down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even know.
But listen, Tyrese, hold on one second.
And he got traded. That must mean Sacramento said, nigga, you ain't a winner.
Let me get that spike. Even though there was the 5th seed.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention,
the highest seed that LaMelo had as a Hornet was a 4th seed. You know that, right?
I'm not comparing the two. I'm stating what the Pacers were
doing. But I thought that's what we was doing, kind of doing some kind of
I like
mini comparison
too, bro. But some is the batter. When you get your ass traded, and then the team after they trade your ass, nigga, they go on winning damn near. They almost get to the Western Conference, and the team you go to, they don't really get no better. I don't know. I don't know about the kid. I don't know. Some ain't right.
I live in Sacramento. I could tell you the trade of Tyrese Halliburton, it shouldn't be looked at as a knock on Tyrese. It really shouldn't because of the situation. The Tyrese was playing so well that it started to take away from De'Aaron Fox. And the Kings had a decision to make. They didn't know Tyrese was going to come right out the back challenging De'Aaron for possessions and opportunities.
But I thought Tyrese was supposed to be the point guard and Darian was supposed to be the shooting guard.
No, Tyrese was coming off the bench at first.
Yeah, I know.
As a backup, as a reserve point guard. That's
Right.
what he got drafted as a point guard.
Right. And Darian Fox supposed to slide over, right?
No. De'Aaron Fox was always the point guard. That was never changing. The ball
That was never an option for him sliding over.
He was given a max contract to have the ball in his hands.
See, this is what I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you there. You got boots on the ground in Sacramento. So I'm giving way to you. I thought when they drafted Tyrese Halliburton, they was going to trade Buddy Hield and allow Darian Fox to be the attack from the SG position.
Yeah, no. De'Aaron Fox was given a max contract, and he was going to have the ball in his hands. So when Tyrese Halliburton started playing and got playing time and played above what they thought he was going to play as, now the question was, do you move Tyrese to the point guard and De'Aaron to 2, or do you keep Tyrese coming off the bench even though he's playing out of his mind? And that's when the Kings had to make a decision to keep De'Aaron Fox as the main guy and get a guy to since Tyrese had a high trade value, get a guy to complement De'Aaron, which is what they did, and it ultimately got them to the playoffs. So I wouldn't look at that trade as a knock on Tyrese, because Tyrese
both teams wanted that
expectations, right?
Now also they packaged Buddy Hield in that trade as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they got what was it, 2 for 1, or how did that go down for Sabonis?
They got the Kings also got Holiday from the Pacers too.
Yeah, but that was Holiday. I mean, Justin Holiday.
And he ended up going. Yeah.
Okay. They was really just trying to get off of Buddy Hield, and they just had to.
And they had to add. They added Tyrese to get a really good player out of it.
Exactly. Okay, gotcha.
So
the Lakers were supposed to get Buddy Hield, and that fell through the cracks.
So I got a question. Y'all think the Hornets gonna make the playoffs next year?
This year?
I don't think so.
Go ahead, Spike.
No, I don't think so. With no Miles Bridges, I don't think they make the playoffs.
No, Miles Bridges is still there.
Well, his whole career is in question right now.
It's in Pearl, but he's still there. I mean, he's still a part of the roster.
He's gonna miss 30 games.
No, not 30.
He's scheduled to miss 30 games.
He got another suspension?
No. The original suspension is
no. He already cashed that in. He only missing 10.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, my bad. Okay. Yeah.
No playoffs.
I gotta see what it looked like first, but in my first instinct is to say no.
No, they wasted the number 2 pick in Brandon Miller.
They're not making the playoff poll?
No, they wasted the number 2 pick in Brandon Miller.
Yeah,
what about the play-in?
I want to know what Andre thinks about Brandon Miller.
For sure.
Because Andre said you get Lamelo the right pieces like a Brandon Miller, and I'm thinking Brandon Miller is the right piece for Lamelo. Andre
Dex heard him. He didn't want us to get him. He didn't want us to get him yet.
Well, I'm bringing
he did that smooth. Dex did that smooth. That's good moderating by Dex.
And I'm bringing it back.
Yeah, that's good. Me too. That's why I said what I just said.
Andre, step up to the mound, please.
Time for him to get
keep all the way from that.
Yeah, time for him to get cooked now.
So I look at. So me personally, I really like wing players, like guys that are 6'8", 6'7", 6'9", and looking at Brandon Miller and his skill set, like
how tall is Imani Bates?
He's 6'9", I think.
How tall is Jalen Johnson?
6'8", 6'9".
So there's a lot of players, and they was drafted in 20th spot and the 48th spot. So there's a lot of good 6'9" wings, and they're actually better than Brandon Miller. So come on now.
But Imani Bates got into some kind of trouble, though.
Oh, so Brandon Miller wasn't involved in that murder investigation? He didn't bring the pistol that actually killed the girl?
That's true, too.
Oh, okay.
That's true. But, I mean,
okay.
But, I mean, either or. I mean, I like both of them players, but, I mean, looking at Brandon Miller and looking at his skill set, how he attacks the basket, he can play make to a certain degree. Now, he's very underrated as a playmaker. And he can guard. And when I look at wing players like that, I like versatile players. So when I look at him, I'm like, that could be the right piece for, LaMelo Ball, because, he can't always do it by himself. And, looking at Miles Bridges' situation, I don't think he's going to play anytime soon. So getting a Brandon Miller, I think that was the right decision by the front office, in my opinion.
Now when we mentioned Jalen Johnson, keep in mind that he's older. He's been in the league like this is his third season, so it's not like he come in the rookie with Brandon Miller. He wasn't part of that draft class.
Oh man, I thought I was saying it like he was a rookie.
No, he's not no rookie.
I didn't watch him out there.
Boy, why you think Imani Bates would have been a better option for
Because he's
LaMelo?
a dog.
Okay.
He been
So,
he been a dog. Like this is what kills me with people. Imani Bates was a killer his freshman year at Lincoln. He was different than he was on a whole nother level, and he's been that way all the way through. The only thing when he went to Memphis, that was the only mistake he made was jumping his senior year and going to Memphis with that framing and not being able to do what he usually do and dominate like everybody expected him to do. Not understanding he foregone his senior year and he really supposed to be in high school. So they kind of like turned their head on Imani Bates when he went to Memphis and didn't perform up to people's their expectations. And then when he transferred to Central Michigan, some people didn't respect Central Michigan, and that it is what it is. And another thing, people I think they really don't realize because his pops is something like a LeVar Ball without being so outspoken. But his pops created his own school for Imani Bates. His pops had his own brand, his own everything coming in. So go. It's like they don't like that. They don't like somebody who got their own shit under they belt, like they own. So they feel like it's probably a thread being this. Believe you me, they hate on that. And with the gun thing, that got dropped. He didn't even get charged for that.
yeah.
Hey, Andre, what do you think Brandon Miller has shown so far in summer league and preseason?
Wait, what'd you say, bro?
What do you think Brandon Miller has shown so far in summer league and preseason?
I mean, I don't really focus too much on summer
I
league.
know that's why I'm asking. What do you think he's shown so far? I know summer league don't matter. I know you don't care about it. I know it don't mean nothing. But I want to know what you think about what he's shown so far.
I think he's gonna be one of the best players out of that draft. That's what I think.
I'm talking about what he's shown so far in
What
the
he shown
summer
his
league.
game.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch him in summer league?
No, I only watch one game because
Okay,
I said, I don't
all
really
right.
care about it.
Right, I got you.
Yeah, the game
So
against.
did you watch him in preseason?
Yeah, I caught a couple games, but I didn't watch the full thing.
So
Okay,
you
then
It was only
how can you surmise that he's going to be the better player in the draft?
Bro, from college, bro, did you not watch him in college?
Okay, explain
from
to us.
college.
Explain to us.
Wait, did you not watch him in college?
Did you watch him in March Madness? Or did you miss that too?
Right. He missed the important shit.
Well, listen, the thing about college, sometimes it doesn't translate. But
right.
I mean,
let's talk about since he's been in a Charlotte Hornets uniform.
That's true.
What could you see that make you determine that he could be one of the best players in that draft?
From what I've seen in the NBA, bro, he went in the game against the tall dude. What's his name?
Victor Wembanyama?
Right, that game.
Okay, summer league.
Yeah, summer league. That was the game. I think that was the only game I watched. And looking at him, like how he attacks the basket, how he shoots the ball, how he makes a play. Like I think he can be one of the best players from the draft. Now it's not going to happen overnight. Obviously, it's going to take like 2 or 3 years before he
right. We can have late bloomers. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So just off that game, you think he can be all of this? This is hilarious. And so, do you know Victor didn't really off of that game? If you was going off of just a game, and the way Victor played in that game, Brandon, you wouldn't project for Wemby to look like how he looks right now. Right?
I mean,
if you was just going off of that game. That's
fair.
So your premise would be Brandon Miller would be better than Wemby.
Bro, I'm gonna say like this. Now I get what you mean. Like a 1 game sample size ain't really enough. So I understand what you mean now. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. I'm gonna watch him in the regular season. Then I'm gonna make my final conclusion from his game and see whether it really fits the Hornet system or he's not gonna really pan out in the league or not.
How many games do you think it's going to take you to see that?
How many games?
Yeah.
10.
No, he said the regular season, nigga. He
The
gonna wait
regular
till the
season.
whole regular season.
Okay, the whole regular season.
Oh, you talking about the whole regular season? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sample size for sure.
Yeah, is that not enough?
That should be right.
Yeah.
But see, I'm not even tripping off Brandon Miller like that right now. I know he was a high draft pick. I know there's always late bloomers in the draft. Sometimes it could be a number 2 pick. I don't know. It's not uncommon for these young players to be late bloomers, and especially if you come in with some baggage. So you got to clear your head. You got to get, really situated mentally to really have a successful career. And by him coming into the league with this kind of a baggage, which is huge, and now people are coming after his money. So you just don't know how people respond when pressure is applied. And hopefully he could, he's not going to be the pipe that busts, but he'll be able to absorb that pressure and then utilize it as a fuel to be aggressive and vicious in this league. And maybe it might take a year or two to get to that point. It might not ever happen. We don't know. Look at Patrick Williams right now. They still begging him to play.
You know what's funny?
And that's a shame.
It's funny, Dex, and it's not funny, but if you think about it, it's crazy, actually. We heard more about Imani Bates' gun charge and that being an issue and why his draft stock is going down more than the murder investigation Brandon Miller was involved in. Nobody really tripped on it. Really, it was like, anytime it was.
That's not true, bro. Malika Andrews spoke about it.
Malika Andrews speak on. She hates on everybody. I didn't say nobody. I mean, I don't mean 0 people. Okay, when I say nobody, let's put it in proper shits. Okay, nothing is all be so. Yeah,
and that was at his
Andrews,
draft, right? Wasn't that at his draft?
Yeah.
It's like nobody really knocked him for that at all. Nobody brought it up to the point where it's like he's not a good young man or some shit like that. So it wasn't like he was carrying baggage to where people was in the media. I ain't even talking about just the interviews or none of that. Like on social media, nobody was really smashing him. I was, but nobody who was bringing up Miller or Scoot wasn't saying like, oh yeah, he's an off the court issue. Like they wasn't making Brandon Miller to be like an off the court issue type of guy, like how they did Imani Bates because of a fucking gun.
Well,
that was
Brandon Miller cooperated. I don't know if Imani Bates cooperated. And then at the same time, Imani Bates' situation got expunged, right? So he was exonerated. But Brandon Miller's situation is ongoing because now they're taking it to civil court. Yeah, it's no more criminal aspect to it, but now it's a civil case, and that can linger on. And if he doesn't come to some type of agreement with the plaintiff and try to just, cash him out and get rid of this, it can linger on for years.
No, but that's what the civil case is about, Dex. You know this. They want to give him money, and that's that. So this is my whole point. That's why I said, oh my goodness. The point is, he was not looked at as a off the court issue. So when you bring up like he had baggage about what had happened, it wasn't like it was being brought up as he was a bad young kid or would be a problem. It wasn't talked about like that.
But during the draft, they talk about it like that. Don't mean it didn't affect him, Pope. He's this young guy, and he was wrapped up into a homicide.
Dex, I'm saying? If it affected him, you know what he did right after he got. Hold on. Let me show you something. What he did in Alabama, right when he got out of that investigation, the nigga was doing introductions to the starting lineup. He had a white boy patting him down.
That's right.
The police.
I know. Exactly. We spoke on that.
So if it affected him, then you wouldn't do nothing like that.
That's right. He was a clown for that. No
Come
doubt.
on, he's a weirdo. He's been a weirdo. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all.
Matter
That
of
was
fact,
weird shit. Like, what kind of celebration or introduction is
listen,
here?
you're
Pat me
right,
down.
Pope. Hold on one second, Pope. I agree with you.
Come on.
And the NCAA, and you know, some people was crying for him to be suspended based on that. Like he was making mockery of something that was really, really serious, where there was a loss of life.
Correct. Correct. And his partners that he was with, that he took the gun to, is in jail at the time and lost. One of them played basketball with him. Like, this
And he
is what
was a
I'm
good
saying.
player. A lot of people don't talk about him. He was a good player. I forgot. I think his name
Exactly.
was Williams.
I
But Williams
don't
was a
know,
good
but
player.
come on, let's stay on. Let's stay on because I'm trying to hit home. Like, for a person to do some shit like that, that told me even then, like, this nigga's a weirdo. I didn't even really watch his game, but and then this also, you know, it affected him. He went out and had big games after that.
But I'm not saying that you're supposed to crumble in situations like that. But sometimes you don't really feel the effect of that until later on. You know, because I'm quite sure he was reading press clippings, and you know he's in the area of Tuscaloosa, and you know he hear the chirping and things of that nature.
So
It could get to him later on. You know what I mean? It might not affect him right then, just like when my mom passed. It didn't affect me right away, but later I was like, damn, my mom is not here anymore. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And then you could break down. So I don't know if that's him, but sometimes you just play like it's not what it really is, and you put yourself in a whole nother dimension, and you start doing dumb shit to try to deflect from the sorrow that you probably feeling based on your involvement, or what I'm saying.
I know what you're
It's
saying.
a
I
tough one.
understand.
Yeah.
But I know I'm saying what I'm saying. The crazy thing is how he goes from all of that shit, and just like you said, this thing is still ongoing investigation, whatever, going through civil and all of that. How you jump up to the number 2 pick when a kid like Imani Bates, for just having, which is his gun, he's just not old enough to have it, got, I guess, licensed, something thing, carry, he not in the carry state, some shit like that. But it ended up getting dropped, and it was no thing. That was
But
before
Imani
the
Bates
draft.
he had two incidents though. Don't forget, he had two separate incidents.
Um,
Damn, I only heard about one.
yeah, I didn't hear about
Yeah.
2. It's one. He only
Yeah,
got one.
go check it up. Do a little research. He had two incidents.
Well, no, he had one, Dex. It was only the gun. He had a gun on him, and they showed it was his. There wasn't no shit on it, nothing. That was the only thing. That was it. He ain't had no other ones. I follow Imani Bates since freshman year, just like I follow Lamelo. It wasn't nothing you could tell me about Lamelo Ball because I followed that nigga since freshman year. Same thing with Imani Bates. Just because other niggas didn't, I knew what it was in Memphis, and I was looking for it to do his shit at Central. And boy, did he! He acted up, but people let it go on the radar or Eastern Michigan, whatever. They let it go on the radar because they said it's Eastern Michigan. But what they did when he played against Michigan, the Wolverines, who was ranked, he spanked their any top Power 5 school they played against, he whomped their ass. And I watched them all. So he never fell off, none of that. And so that was the only thing, the only knock on him they tried to do right before the draft was, oh, he got caught up with a gun, or like Eastern Michigan, right before Eastern Michigan. He got caught up with a gun, and they was trying to not even let him play for Eastern Michigan because they do this nigga's a dog. They try to sabotage him like they did Jello, bro, but they couldn't because he was too much of a dog, and he bounced back. So they try to put that nigga almost not getting drafted, and he go to summer league. What happens? Show out, undefeated, championship, preseason. What happened? They put him in fourth quarter the first game. They let him play 3 quarters. Put him in the fourth quarter. That nigga scored. He dropped 10. Next game, 12. Next game, 16. He kept showing him, nigga, I've been like this.
Damn. So you think Brandon Miller gonna be a bust?
What? Did you just hear what I said? Did you
Nah,
just say? No, Brandon Miller's gonna be a killer, nigga. Oh no, Brandon Miller. Yeah, no, he's a bust. Yes, I'm talking Imani Bates. I'm
Oh,
speaking
okay.
Imani Bates, and you bringing up Brandon Miller.
Nah, cause we, because we was talking about Brandon Miller, but
Oh yeah, that
why you
nigga's a
think? But wait,
bum.
why you think he's gonna be a bust?
I don't think I know. I've been
Okay,
calling
how
it
you
out.
know?
I know dogs when I see them. I know killers when I see them, and I know busts when I see them. Bro, he averaged 20% shooting, no, 20% shooting from the three in March Madness. 2 points in March Madness. 2 points in 3 games. 2 points. And, and then he go to the summer league and he looked trash too. The game you seen was basically one of his best game. So you got food. And then all preseason he's looked trash. He has yet to score at least 10 points in the preseason. Nigga can't even drop 10 in the preseason versus the niggas who probably won't even make the team. That's who we playing his competition. He play in the fourth quarter against the niggas who ain't playing. So if you think it's gonna get better from here, I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't looking good for him, dog.
He going on 8 months, 8 months of bad basketball. Sheesh. He's 1 for 15. Hold on, if you didn't know, every my bad, hold on.
You good?
They drafted him on 6'9", and he could shoot. He shot
No.
38% from three in college. I told people, college three-pointer is not the same as NBA. Shooting 38% in NBA, that's great. Shooting 38% in college, that's like average. That's a lot of niggas shoot 44% in college from three. And then you playing against zone defenses. Playing against a man, I knew it'd be much more difficult. On top of it, now this nigga's 1 for 15 from three in the preseason.
Yo, and also another thing is Brandon Miller, he's got a 7'1" wingspan,
Mm-hmm.
but he's actually 6'7". So he's not like a 6'8", 6'9" guy. He's a 6'7" guy. He's got long ass arms.
Are you
Well, I thought
sure?
the
'Cause that
six.
nigga look tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you go to NBA's website, look at his profile.
Yeah, they do it without shoes. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But yeah, tall don't mean nothing. And last time I
No,
checked,
I'm just
it's
saying
a lot of
the
6'9"
attractiveness
niggas.
on the perimeter at 6'9" is very attractive, but once you realize he's actually 6'7", he's the same height as Miles Bridges, basically. He's got longer arms.
Yeah, it could be effective
Same
on
height,
both.
same height as LaMelo Ball. You know, like
Could be effective on both ends of the floor.
yeah, I don't think he has a propensity to be effective defensively. He's very light in the ass. He's not necessarily a heady player. He's got long arms going for him. That's about it.
Hey, but you know what I will
Yeah, it's
say?
true.
I will say his defense, since he's been with Clifford, it looked better than it did in the damn summer league. When he didn't look lost. He looked lost out there on defense.
Damn. Yeah, you bashing this dude.
No, for real. His defense looked better. Like he don't look like a liability like he did in summer league on defense.
Mm-hmm.
He was a liability. He was letting niggas like chimpanzee put up 30 on person nobody ever heard of. So I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The footage is there.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
It's there.
Yeah, and the fact that they chose him over Scoot Henderson is really what cements, how bad he's looking right now.
Cause Scoot looking like the truth.
But
Yeah,
Charlotte would have had 2 point guards though.
Scoot does both. So can Melo.
Yeah,
Melo just
they both
Melo.
could play interchangeable for sure.
There you go. Because Melo can damn sure play that wing from time to time and probably would like to if he had somebody who can actually get him the fucking rock in proper positions like he
And
gets everybody else.
and passing the ball to Scoot in transition while he's got a head of steam ahead, that's pretty much a guaranteed bucket.
Yeah.
Or Scoot penetrating from the Scoot doing a pick and roll, driving to the basket. The defense has to collapse because he's such a good finisher around the basket. From day one, he's a finisher up, around, over, and under all bigs. Now imagine if he's kicking it out to Lamelo at the wing. Lamelo
Ouch.
will camp out 4 feet behind the 3 point line just to make sure he got enough space and then knock
Ouch.
their bigs down.
Each the dynamic.
And Scoot is a dog.
A dog.
Yeah, he a dog. Yeah.
He a leader and
Yeah.
a dog, like Coach Prime said.
No, for real.
Yeah.
So you,
And when you put a dog around another dog,
they tend to eat.
Good luck stopping them.
They tend to eat, man. They gonna get at you.
yeah, see, Brandon Miller ain't a dog.
No.
That's his biggest issue.
Nah, he a dog.
Nah, he not a dog.
He gonna show y'all.
What
why.
happened in March Madness?
Nah, that's over with.
Nah, I mean, what
'Cause
happened
you-
though?
Right. A dog don't average
Was
2
he a dog
points.
then? Or
Nah,
did
that's
he get
over with.
did he get his dog badge after March Madness?
Yeah, he did.
So what was he a dog in preseason?
Nah, he gonna be a dog in the regular season.
Oh, okay. So he ain't a dog yet.
Cause
He
bro,
gonna
look, cause
be,
I
he gonna
can,
be a dog.
cause bro, Jimmy Butler, he was a dog against Milwaukee, right? But he wasn't a dog against the fucking Denver Nuggets. So,
He was dead ass tired.
oh, he was tired.
Yeah, he had been carrying that team, right?
Bro,
So
he
you-
wasn't carrying shit.
Hold on, Jimmy Butler wasn't carrying the Heat in the playoffs.
No, after that Milwaukee series, he didn't do any carrying, bro.
But hold on, wait. You can't become a dog you don't turn that on and off. You can have bad games, good games. A dog is a dog. Jimmy Butler before the playoffs, before one game of that playoffs. Jimmy Butler when he was a Bulls, he's been a dog. That's who he is. Even when he got traded to Minnesota and he basically loked up on Cat and everybody in the organization for being bitches. He's been a dog. That's why Pat Riley said, you know what? Yeah, that's that Heat culture. That's that we need that doggy dog over here.
Right. But I ain't see that dog in the finals.
He was wore out.
And
Nah,
first of all,
we not doing that. Nah.
and this ain't young Jimmy. It ain't even worn out. He played above his stature. That's not how he plays. It's not about his play. It's his leadership. It's his
he
dog
had to be
mentality.
Giannis, right? He had to be Giannis. He had to be Tatum. I mean, that's a tall task. And then you ask him to be Joker?
Bro, put context to it. Giannis only played like what, 2-3 games?
Still, his presence.
And Jason
Phoenix
Tatum
Suns
got
can
hurt
do
in
it.
game 7.
Remember,
Yeah.
well, wasn't that the same situation with the Phoenix Suns? They went up 2-0 when Giannis was out, and they still couldn't close the deal. All they had to do was win 2 more games, and Giannis prevented that and beat them 4 straight after being down 0-2.
Yeah, walk them
So-
down. Yeah.
So you got to give credit to old Greek freak.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
give him credit. Yeah, he walked them down. Yeah. And dropped 50 in the,
But it's
in game
not
6.
even. That's why I say I think we're getting out of confused. Jimmy's been a dog. It's not about like the Miami Heat was on a magic carpet ride. Let's be honest. That was a magic carpet ride.
But you
They
still
went
have to
on.
perform.
Yeah, no, he performed, but that's not what Jimmy. Jimmy don't put up 50s and 40s. Nobody's expecting Jimmy never to put up the numbers he was putting up
But
in
he
those
did it last
series.
year. I mean, he did it the year before.
Yeah, he did
Don't
it the year
forget that.
before.
I
Yeah.
understand, but this isn't his 4th year in the
So,
league, so it ain't
you-
like he.
you-
Hold on.
you-
It ain't like he's been doing it half his career like that.
But we
He
ain't
only
talking about
did it
that.
the
We're talking
last
about
2
in the
years.
playoffs. We're talking about the playoffs.
It don't matter. Jimmy on the playoffs has only
And he
done
did it in
something like.
2020. Don't forget the 2020 Jimmy.
Nah, okay.
What I'm saying, I guess it's going over your head like carry on. Jimmy
It
don't
can't
have
go
to
over our
put up.
heads. We're looking
Jimmy
at
don't
it.
got to
How
put
can it
up
go over our
40
heads?
because Jimmy in the Bulls before he ever did any of that. Jimmy has been a dog. You don't turn him on and off. Just like he just admitted Scoot Henderson, yeah, he a dog. You don't turn that off just because you have a bad game or a bad series. Now he not a dog no more. Just like LeBron James, to me, he had a bad whole playoffs. Is he not a dog anymore? Like get the
Wait,
fuck out
I
of
think
here.
I'm on the wrong page. I'm not understanding what's going on here.
No, because
No, 'cause I said
Andrew
Jimmy-
said,
yeah.
was Jimmy a dog in the finals? Like as if his dog badge got snatched because like he's not a dog no longer. And
Oh,
and trying to put it in context of Brandon Miller, not like he's going to be a dog.
oh no,
And,
you can't even compare that. That's suicide.
Yeah, I'm not comparing. I'm just making the example because Jimmy always been a dog, but in 2021 I didn't see that dog. In
And Jimmy wasn't
2020,
a number 2 draft pick, so his expectations was totally different from Brandon Miller's. If you want to look at it on that level,
Jimmy's how old?
like
with Jimmy
33,
about
34.
30,
All right, then that's what I'm saying. Like
34.
Yeah.
we was on Brandon Miller and we got Jimmy and Brandon mixed up. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why Andre included Jimmy in that one right there.
Nah, because somebody on the panel, I don't know, he said Brandon
Spike?
Miller gonna get back his dog badge, and I was like, yeah, because I seen Jimmy in certain series in the NBA playoffs, he was a dog, but in certain series I didn't see that dog, so that's why I was kind of like making that reference.
But one thing about Jimmy is that he don't just try to hog the spotlight. If somebody else is balling, he gonna let you do your thing. You feel me? Because that
Nah,
gives
but
him the
bro,
opportunity to restore.
bro,
Jimmy
that's the
always play
finals.
defense too. Like
Like
he
you get in the
always gonna
Yeah,
lock
finals,
he
up.
play defense. That's right.
but bro, when you
Only
get in the
your best
finals,
player.
when you get in the finals, then you a superstar. You gotta bring it home. I
Yeah,
don't get.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, they was overmatched. Just like with the Lakers, they was
They were.
overmatched.
Exactly.
Is,
They
And
is,
were.
and
is Jimmy Butler a
and
superstar?
No, he's not.
Okay.
and
But he's
Jamal
a superstar
Murray,
for the team.
he didn't ball out in the finals like he was in the playoffs. Why? Because Jimmy Butler was on him. So he went.
Wait, what'd you say, bro?
But I'm gonna ask y'all this question right here. We know Jimmy has done his thing, and it's obvious he has receipts. How many games do the Charlotte Hornet win? I think Vegas got him at 30,
33.
33.
Yeah, I give him 33.
Yeah, I was gonna say 32.
Ooh, with a healthy Hornets team? Come on, man.
Nah, man.
Bro, the
35
East is too
max.
deep, bro.
Wow. But they ain't just playing the East. They're playing the Western Conference too.
Yeah, but they play more teams in the East than the West. So
Yeah, Dex, I just don't think the team is good.
Wow.
the Hornets,
No,
they just not good enough, bro.
I don't think the
no,
roster
Terry
is good.
Rozier is not that good.
I don't
He's
think the
just out of
roster is
position.
I don't think the roster is good. I don't think the development is good. I don't think the coaching is good. I don't think the general management is good. I just don't think the team is that good. I really don't.
No faith. Ye of little faith.
I got faith in Lamelo, but not in that team.
Okay, let's get the official what they feel about the doggone Charlotte Hornets. I remember reading this about a month ago. Let's see if anything changed. 30. Oh my God. Caesar Palace got him at 30. Bonus bet got him at 31 and a half. So 31 and a half is the man. I gotta at least put like 500 on this. They gonna
Right.
win
I'm
over
about to
30
say, hold
games.
on. How much did they win? How many did they win last year?
I wouldn't count that because it was injury riddled.
I know, but how many was it, Dex? I'm not asking.
Uh, uh,
I'm not
but
counting it.
maybe. Oh, damn, Buzz City. What happened? Y'all was just trying to put you on. Buzz
Was
City
it
was trying to
30?
get in. Come back in, Buzz City.
Did they lose less than 30 or more?
Last season. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Let me see.
Or was it
I
around
just
30?
had the Hornets up here too. Hornets winter series.
They won 27 games last
Oh,
year.
27.
20.
So you
Oh,
telling me?
damn. They only got them
Go
in
ahead.
3 more years. That's why we need to put
Thank
that
you.
500 down, Dex. I'm with you.
Thank you. You feel me?
That's why I was
So
asking that question.
I'm finna,
Yeah,
I'm
but
finna.
you
As soon as I
gotta
get my
get 27
check,
first.
my paycheck, I think I'm laying 500 on the Horns to go over the total for Caesar because I got an account at Caesars, so I'm gonna
Oh,
tell them.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some money in that account and
I wouldn't
I'm
do
going over that. I'm putting my money on
Yeah,
this.
I think I'm gonna drop a G
Now
ball.
it's a minus 115. So that's basically saying if you put 115, you win 100.
Yeah, wow.
So I mean the odds is not that great, but if I put 500 on it, I can win 400 some
But,
dollars.
I would
but
do that.
then, so if you
I'll
bet
take that.
right now, so we bet right now. Oh,
Yeah,
so it's
Then we're gonna
and
pull
then
back.
the odds is only what?
We're gonna pull
it's
back.
30.5. The lowest and the highest is 31.5.
We're gonna finish this conversation tomorrow, man. Shout out to all y'all who pulled up, man. Peace and love. Shout out Dex, Pope, Spike, Oh, y'all, man. Y'all already
Flight
know.
Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.